What is up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the NFL Pre-Lock Show here on RotoGrinders for Thursday Night Football between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We'll be followed by a Grind the Line live betting show during the game after us, so stick around. Plenty of good stuff tonight as we go through what should be an entertaining Thursday Night Football game for once, maybe, hopefully, between the Ravens and the Buccaneers. No shortage of storylines with the way Tampa has been struggling most of the year. Both of these teams, though, have playoff aspirations and maybe have performed under their expectations to start the season. So we'll see where this game leads to lead off week number 8. I am Justin Van Zuiden, aka STL Cardinals 84, joined by TJ Zwarych. TJ, what's going on this evening?
Well, just fresh a couple minutes off of NBA crunch time, and then right after this, I'm going to be hanging out during a live stream talking some Star Wars and things like that, and then I'm actually going to be hopping back on another late night show, recording a FanDuel Friday first look with Dre for our very first NBA show.
Yeah, that's a busy evening. You've got a lot going tonight. A calendar has filled up for you on Thursday night. Well, hopefully we can win some money along the way. Hopefully some of you can win some money as well if we're providing some good tips. So busy Thursday night on the calendar for TJ, and we've got about a little over a half an hour here until lock between the Bucs and the Ravens, and lots of injury news heading into this game. The Ravens had quite a few players that were listed as questionable. Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, Gus Edwards were all listed as questionable, but they are all active. Julio Jones is active for Tampa. Russell Gage is out, and that's kind of the news. So we have the actives and inactives. We needed those for this game. That's a lot of key pieces that had some injury concerns. So what are you doing with the injury news in this game? Anything that you are looking to potentially do with your lineups as a result of those players being in or out?
So, two things in particular. One, I'm playing Mark Andrews in my main lineup, but it terrifies me just based on what happened last week. Only the 2 targets, and he didn't practice all week this week, and now he's playing. Maybe that not practicing is just, hey, we know you're fine. We know you're good. You're going to be, we want you to play Thursday. But it does worry me a little bit, and it makes me want to take some shots on some of these other Baltimore pass catchers in tournaments and smaller lineups in larger fields. Then the other thing is something we talked about slightly pre-game, and that's maybe some value on this Tampa Bay side because of the Russell Gage situation. Now, obviously, Cade Otton, I think, is a great play, and personally, I think he's going to be the biggest beneficiary of a slot receiver being out. Is just maybe some more tight end looks, some more play combinations that we have a tight end running a route instead of a slot receiver. But to me, I think with Julio having this being his first game back, I don't think they're going to be doing lots of shifting around and having Julio Jones in the slot or anything like that. I think we might be likely to see a little more Scotty Miller in this game and maybe see 4 or 5 targets, 3 or 4 targets instead of just 1 or 2. And at his price today, I think that could be somewhat interesting. But I'm looking forward to getting into it. We already got almost 100 people watching. Let's hit the like button and start diving into this. I say if we get to 25 likes, we can start building our first lineup over on where are we starting first today, DraftKings?
Sure. Yeah, we'll do that. So hit that like button. And also the Thursday night pre-lock show brought to you by Stat Hero. If you haven't heard of Stat Hero, it's a unique fantasy sports platform that allows users to compete only against the house and not against other players in the contest. You can participate in head-to-head style contests where Stat Hero provides a lineup that you have to beat with your own lineup, and you can also participate in pick'em style contests. You can also check out the Big Dime League, a season-long NFL leaderboard contest with up to $50K in prizes, which you can enter all season long. Use promo code GRINDERS. You get a 50% deposit bonus up to $250. Jump into the action today over at Stat Hero. They had an interesting little 2v2 head-to-head tonight with Lamar Jackson and Mike Evans on one side and Tom Brady and Mark Andrews on the other. So you got the quarterback and the pass catcher from the opposite team. I thought that was a little bit interesting. I am opting for Team Lamar with Mike Evans, simply because I think the floor that Lamar gives you with his rushing ability is a benefit for that type of format. And also, I think the Ravens will struggle a little bit against Evans. They have historically struggled with bigger, more physical receivers, and Evans is the type of guy that could give them some fits. So I like the Jackson and Evans pairing there. I think they also have one where it's a Jackson and somebody against Leonard Fournette and somebody else. I can't remember the 2v2 on that one, but Jackson and Evans would be my preferred combo over there on Stat Hero. Again, first time deposit, 50% bonus up to $250 with promo code Grinders. All right, so let's start digging into this a little bit. And we just kind of like to talk about captain usage. And in these showdown slates, everyone loves to captain Lamar because of that dual threat ability. Seems like every time the Ravens are on in prime time, he becomes a really popular captain choice. Certainly, justifiable. Is he your favorite captain target tonight, or are you looking to somebody else?
I'm looking to Lamar. We already got our first question in the YouTube chat. Is Lamar Lockett captain? Me personally, I like Lamar today. I don't think he's a lock though. Like, I don't actually think he projects as even our best captain play due to his hefty price today. And I don't think we're going to see all that heavy of ownership on him in that spot simply because it's a tough defense. The price is up. He struggled last week. Not even struggled as much as just didn't really get the opportunity because of how much they ran the ball. But for me, Lamar is still my guy. The price is close enough to Brady's that I would rather play, or Mike Evans, that I would rather play Lamar Jackson over either of those guys. And if I was looking to pivot to somebody else, I think it would be somebody like Chris Godwin.
Yeah, I mean, the Tampa receivers are interesting. We were talking about this before the show, but I am unfortunately a Ravens fan that has had to endure the last couple of years of them filling a bingo card full of ways to lose a football game. Last year, it was all sorts of failed 2-point conversions. They had tons of injuries defensively. I don't really fault them for last year. I mean, they were without like 6 or 7 defensive starters towards the end of the season, and it is what it is in the NFL. It's hard enough to stop these offenses these days, but when you're without all those guys, it just makes it really difficult. But then this year, they had a 21-point fourth quarter lead against the Dolphins. They allowed 3 touchdowns. The Dolphins tied it up. The Ravens took the lead again and then blew it in the final minute. So the Dolphins scored 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. They had a Buffalo game where they were ahead 20-3 in the first half. And then the Giants, they were ahead 20-10 in the fourth quarter and gave up 2 touchdowns, and Lamar had a couple of bad turnovers. So the Ravens have led by 10 in every game this season, yet they're 4-3. And part of that is because when teams finally decide, well, we're behind, we're just going to forget the running game and we're going to throw the ball, that's when teams have success against the Ravens. They have issues in their secondary. They are still really good at stopping the run, but they struggle against these kind of, potent pass offenses. Miami, Tyreek Hill went nuts against them. Buffalo had the late comeback. Obviously, the Giants don't have a lot of elite receivers, but they were able to move the ball through the air late in the game. And now you got to go with Godwin and Evans. And I know this Tampa team has struggled the last couple of weeks. I mean, they've lost to Carolina, they've lost to Pittsburgh, but at home in prime time, a chance for them to maybe make a statement and get back on track. I think those 2 Tampa receivers are really interesting, kind of more contrarian captains. Because Baltimore's so much better against the run, I'm not as interested in Fournette. But if you want to captain Godwin, if you want to captain Evans, that's certainly fine. Andrews, I think I'd rather take one of the Tampa receivers. Godwin does come at a pretty big discount to Evans on DraftKings. And even Brady, we've got at like the 6th highest owned captain, which I think is interesting, given the way he has struggled the last couple weeks. So any other captain thoughts for you?
Mainly just that I honestly think the ownership at the captain position is going to be more spread out than this today. I think we're going to see Lamar, Godwin, and Brady fairly balanced at this position. I don't think Tom Brady's going to be coming sub 10% owned at the captain position. I think more people are going to be wanting to get to him today, trying to exploit that secondary for Baltimore. And so that is actually one of the reasons why I personally like going to Lamar or Godwin today, because I don't think they will necessarily, if they are the two highest owned, I don't think it's going to be by that heavy of a margin at that spot today. Just based on potentially saving some salary and never know what happens. Somebody like Kate Otten, I think, is maybe interesting there. But for me personally, it's going to be a Lamar day at that spot.
He gives you a high floor, certainly. Even if he's not at his best. And I guess last week, the last week was the floor game, no touchdowns. 10 carries, 59 yards, didn't have to throw it that much. Cleveland kind of dominated the clock in the first half, but you're probably not going to see a game like that again. We got to our 25 likes, so let's drop him in the captain and see what we can do from there. Mentioned he is expensive there on DraftKings at 17.7 in the captain because you have the salary and the fantasy point multiplier, but we do have him projected, 10 points, 10 captain points above everybody else. So let's put him in there. That leaves us with 64.60 per player. Do you put Jackson and Brady in the same lineup? That would take us to 5,500 per player. What do we do with Brady here?
I'm personally willing to not stick Brady in there first and just kind of wait and then take the wait and see approach a little bit, see how much salary we have left after getting some of our other favorite plays in there, because I'm a bit more interested in targeting his pass catchers today than I am him. However, if we are looking kind of optimally, then yeah, I do think Brady would likely, for the numbers say, to have him being the next one in.
All right, well, let's see what we can get in elsewhere. You got Fournette there for Tampa Bay. Rachaad White maybe getting a little bit more of a look these days, especially when they fall behind. Who knows what's going to happen in Baltimore's backfield with Drake, Hill, and Edwards all active. Hill had a costly fumble in the fourth quarter last week, so I'm a little bit cautious about using him. Even though they ended up holding on to win, they were trying to ice the game away, and he had a fumble. What do you make of the running backs here?
Based on nobody really getting to Gus Edwards due to him not projecting all that well today, he's definitely the one I'm most interested in. He just had a ton of usage last week. He's a guy Baltimore has always liked to lean on. Even when they had a young Dobbins who was healthy, they'd always give Gus Edwards touches. This is Harbaugh's guy. So I like Gus Edwards a lot for tournaments because nobody's really playing him today. I do think he's somebody we can get to. White, I think, kind of cash game optimally is a guy who's a great salary saving option. But for tournaments, I feel like he's maybe he's a little too popular today. And so my favorite place to look to fill out our lineups next are actually going to be at the wide receiver and tight end position.
Yeah, I do like Edwards for tournaments, though at 7,600, it's tough to say that he's an absolute must, particularly in a lineup with Lamar. I'm not big on Fournette. Baltimore still has a pretty good rush defense. I think White and Edwards in tournaments are fine options, but I do agree. I think the wide receiver spot is going to be the place where a lot of people look to go. The tight end spot as well. Obviously, you've got a high-end guy in Andrews. You've got a cheaper guy in Otten. You've got Godwin. You've got Evans. Bateman is going to be active for Baltimore. So we've already talked just a touch about Scotty Miller. So your thoughts on who you might want to use at pass catchers in this type of lineup?
So Godwin and Bateman would be my two priorities. Bateman, he's barely more expensive than Duvernay and not picking up that much more ownership. So those would be my two priorities. From there, my next spot that would be a lock and load for me, whether it's cash games, tournaments, optimally speaking, would be Kate Otten. And I'm plugging that one in right there. We now have just under 6K for our last two spots, and it presents a lot of different options for us. We can use defenses. We can use a kicker like Justin Tucker today, who I think is a very strong option at 4K. And this kind of gives us the opportunity to use running backs, to use get very different with somebody like Scotty Miller and save a bunch of salary. Devin Duvernay. Um, it leaves so many different options. Whether you want to be very different, a little different, get optimal, that would be kind of how I'd be starting my lineup.
Yeah, I mean you can, and so even here where I forget who I had there that I just took out. We had a bunch
Took
of
out
salary
Godwin.
left.
Or sorry, didn't take out
Yeah,
Godwin, took out
I took out
Bateman.
Bateman. You could get to Brady here. This lineup has 1,100 left, so it's got both quarterbacks plus Godwin, Otten, Tucker, and Miller. If I go back to Bateman, then instead of Miller, you can get to Duvernay if you want. This is basically the all passing game lineup: Lamar, Duvernay, Godwin, Bateman, Otten, and a kicker, which I don't think is that crazy. Again, Baltimore's got a pretty good rush defense. We don't know what's going to happen with that Baltimore running game. Like, if you want to take a stand on it, that's fine. I mean, we mentioned Edwards is intriguing for tournaments, and he fits in there as well. There's a lot of interchangeable pieces here that you kind of go back and forth on, depending on the risk reward nature of your lineup. I think the guys that I am certainly going to be underweight on, Fournette will be one. Um, the Baltimore running backs outside of Edwards, I don't have too much interest in. I'll probably be slightly underweight on Andrews as well because he's 9,200 and he is a little banged up. But he's obviously a guy that can break the slate. So you put him in maybe put him in some captain lineups if he gets all of Baltimore's touchdowns or something like that. But it's certainly a slate where you can take some stands. I'm overweight on the Tampa receivers and underweight a little bit on Andrews. I'm fine with Baltimore's wide receivers as well, but a lot of it's going to depend on game flow. And I mentioned the Ravens have had a 10-point lead in every game this year, so it's not like they've been forced to the air a ton because they've played with a lead in every game. So there are going to be weeks where maybe they do have to throw it a little bit more than they have so far. That's not their MO, but certainly game script will dictate that sometimes. So some of your other thoughts on kind of this type of build here?
I think as long as it's got, like, I talked in the expert survey today that I'd be making a rule, and no matter how many lineups I play, I would be playing Lamar in either the captain or Lamar in the utility. I'd be going 0 lineups where I faded him. And so to me, that's kind of where I'd always be looking to start. Godwin is my biggest pass catching priority with Otten right behind him. Bateman would be the third, and my favorite ways to save salary are Tucker and Scotty Miller.
All right. How about the defenses? We got them at 15 to 20% ownership. Any interest in either of these teams defensively? People tend to ask, should I play a defense or a kicker, or what do you make of these defenses?
More interest on DraftKings than I do FanDuel. I like Justin Tucker better than both defenses, but I'm totally okay with both of them. I think I would rather, if I'm playing one, I think the Ravens are very interesting for tournaments just because I think they're going to come in much lower owned than the Bucks, being cheaper, being more expensive, being on the road. So I'm okay with both of them, but neither of them are like super big targets for me.
Yeah, same here. You can mix and match if you're doing a bunch of lineups. Demarcus Robinson is the number 3 receiver for Baltimore right now. Him and Prochet, but Robinson's probably going to see a few more snaps. Whether they throw it more is to be determined. But lots of unknowns with Baltimore and how they're going to use their 3 running backs, how they're going to approach this game. We do have some questions in the YouTube chat.
I will say I would rather play Prochet than as opposed to Robinson just based on the price, but those are both kind of DraftKings only plays for me. I don't think I'd be getting either of them at the FanDuel position. I did see that one question, Kevin Rudolph or Brashad Perryman. I honestly think that is basically just a flip of a coin. I would say that Rudolph is more likely to be targeted in the red zone, score a touchdown. However, in a 2 tight end set, Perryman, if he does score, it's kind of likely to be a 50-yard bomb type of thing. And so I think Rudolph kind of has more likelihood to catch a pass in the red zone and do well, but Perryman has a higher likelihood of being kind of slate breaking. And neither of those likelihoods are all that high.
If you're interested in the snap counts for Baltimore last week, their running backs, Gus Edwards 23, Justice Hill 20, Kenyon Drake 17. Nice and split down the middle. I do expect Edwards to get more work as the season goes along. Last week was his first game in a year and a half, so no surprise that they're still splitting three ways. Eventually, one of these guys is probably going to be phased down a little bit. Their wide receivers, Duvernay 42, Bateman 36, Robinson 15, and Prochet 8 for snap counts last week. So mentioned Robinson, Prochet, those would be DraftKings only plays because those guys, the floor salary is less appealing on FanDuel than it is with the discount on DraftKings to get somebody at like $400 or $600. So, a guy that's only going to be on the field for 15 snaps, 10 snaps, doesn't have as much appeal with the floor salary on FanDuel. I'll get to some of these other questions in a few minutes, but I do want to pivot over to FanDuel so we can talk about that build just a little bit. We've got about 13 minutes left until lock here. So, all right, FanDuel, you do not have the salary multiplier for your
Something
MVP.
I want to clear up too, just because we've had a few questions on Discord and now one on YouTube as well. Don't play Deshaun Jackson. He's on the practice squad. There's a reason why we don't have him projected in lineup HQ. It's the reason he wasn't on the inactive list is because he's not on the roster. They signed him, but he's on the practice squad. So do not play Deshaun Jackson. He's not on the team.
All right, so we go to FanDuel here, and Lamar is 17.5. Brady is 15K, so still a pretty big bump up in salary to get to Lamar, but tough to take a different route on FanDuel without that salary multiplier. You got 10,625 for your remaining spots. If we do the same, let me just see where we're at. If we did like the same type of build, so the guys we had on DraftKings like Tucker, Bateman, Godwin, and then that leaves us with 9,500 for our final spot, where you can fit Ott in there. So the same type of build works. Basically, these are 5 guys that we also had in our DraftKings lineup, and it's got $1,500 remaining. I would imagine that this specific lineup here will probably be duplicated several times, or in fact, with say Duvernay instead of Tucker. Those types of lineups. It's tough to avoid the duplication on FanDuel, and people are going to gravitate towards the players that feel like more of a sure thing, which means not playing Edwards and not playing Drake and not playing Rachaad White, though he is interesting at 7,500 on FanDuel. He's also getting some ownership. So what are your thoughts on the FanDuel build?
So Lamar Jackson is still going to be my MVP over here. I like him more on FanDuel than I even do on DraftKings. If I was going to get very different somewhere, I'd be looking at guys like, if I'm just trying to get somewhat different at the captain, my next favorites are is probably Chris Godwin. However, if I was trying to get very different, I'd be looking at guys like Justin Tucker or Rashad Bateman or Devin Duvernay, guys, Tucker that would directly pull away from Lamar Jackson. They're not scoring touchdowns. They're kicking a lot of field goals. He very rarely misses, and so he could put up a bunch of points. Godwin gets double-digit targets every single game, and so that's why I'd be looking at him. For Bateman and Duvernay, I like Bateman more, but for Bateman and Duvernay, it'd be more, these guys could catch 50-yard bombs. They could catch 2 50-yard bombs, and if that happens, they could end up being the highest scoring player. But because we're worried less about point per dollar and more about who scores the most total points, Lamar Jackson is still going to be my guy in the MVP position, and I'm going to look to differentiate elsewhere. My favorite flex options today, they're a lot of the same ones. It's K. Dotton, it's Justin Tucker, it's Rashad Bateman, and Chris Godwin. Those are my favorite. Optimally speaking, they're the people I want to get to the most. But the guys that I'd use to differentiate my lineups would be Gus Edwards. I like quite a bit for tournaments. Isaiah Likely is somebody I think you can take a shot on. And then finally, Scotty Miller is the super low-owned guy I'm most interested in getting to for tournaments.
Yeah, a couple of the questions in the YouTube chat were about favorite contrarian players to use in the flex. I think Likely and Miller are the two guys there. Likely is really interesting. He dominated in the preseason, dominated in college. Would have been the chalk of the game here if Andrews wasn't playing, but now nobody's going to play him. He might still get some looks, so I like him at 7K on FanDuel. There's some value there as a pivot away from a Chalky or Otten. You could take a shot on the Baltimore running backs who aren't going to have a lot of ownership. We know they love to run the ball. It's Edwards for me, and well, it's Edwards for both of us. Those guys are all going to be super, super contrarian tonight because nobody wants to risk the low score that comes with the guy that doesn't, that ends up drawing the shortest end of the stick in terms of snaps and carries tonight. So, favorite MVP, lots of people asking about that. That would be Jackson, obviously, is going to be the chalk. To me, if you're going contrarian away from Jackson, I think TJ likes Chris Godwin a little more. I like Mike Evans a little more in that matchup against the Baltimore secondary, but Mike Evans is also quite a bit more expensive on both sites. It's like 2K on DraftKings and 1,500 on FanDuel. So if you can't fit Evans in there, the dip down to Godwin is certainly fine. But Evans is just I don't know. He's the type of guy that the Ravens always seem to struggle with, and the Baltimore fan in me is worried about that. So those are your favorite. You don't have to get super cute at MVP tonight. I mean,
to be honest, I was like, the more I think about it, the more I'd rather, if I'm not playing Lamar Jackson or Tom Brady in the MVP, just get super cute with it. Like Chris Godwin's projecting double-digit ownership. Mike Evans is 6% in that, or 7% in that flex we're projecting right now, which isn't a lot. But when you consider I'm trying to get first place, how many Chris Godwin lineups I still have to contend with at 6%, it honestly kind of makes me want to look at guys like Rashad Bateman or Justin Tucker at the MVP position in low dollar, large field GPPs.
I don't hate the idea. A kicker, though, I mean, on FanDuel, you don't have the multiplier. Like, what's the incentive to put Tucker up there? I don't
Both
know.
defenses played well, and it's a 20 to 10 game. Tucker kicked 5 field goals. 3 of them were over 50 yards.
Yeah, but you need like everything, and even still, he could have. Jackson could run for 80 yards, and I don't know. You just got so much salary.
If the red zone are field goals instead of touchdowns, then it adds up real quick. If they happen to be 50, 51, 52 yarders as opposed to 39, 38
Well,
yarders.
that wouldn't be red zone, though. Red zone would be 30-yarder.
Oh, yeah, but they got sacked, and then it backed them up.
Okay, then they went backwards. They went backwards. Yeah. I got it. Everything has to go right. But hey, if you're talking, 100,000 person GPP and such, as you mentioned there as your qualifier, sometimes you got to get a little bit weird in order to try to not split first place with 845 other people. So, point noted on that for sure. All right, let's see. Deshaun Jackson's on the practice squad. Stan wants to know if you can play Gus and Lamar in the same lineup.
Yeah, I have no problem with that at all.
I don't either, particularly, if the Ravens, we know they're going to try to run the football. I mean, if they fall way behind, maybe there's some risk there because Gus isn't going to catch a ton of balls, a ton of passes. But, that's the risk you take. The Ravens don't fall way behind super, super often. So, all right, we got about 4 minutes left here until lock. We'll get the grind the line guys in here. So, let's see. I got to look and see who's. So are you staying on to do some of the next show then? How's that going? How's that working?
No, I was on the last one before this one today. I was on the NBA Crunch Time, and then later on in the evening after NBA as FanDuel releases its NBA slate for tomorrow, Dre and I are going to be hopping on another StreamYard, and then to talk about tomorrow's NBA slate, and then that'll get released tomorrow morning. And we're going to do a fun little new thing with the FanDuel Friday for NBA and NFL. In particular, NBA, because it changes so much throughout the day. If we did it late in the day, we'd be kind of interrupting Grinders Live and crunch times. If we do it earlier in the night before, it's not quite as relevant. So what we're going to be doing is talking more full slate strategy, a lot of what ifs, and then throughout the day tomorrow, when it gets posted in the morning, Dre and I will be active in the comment section, answering people's questions and kind of giving updates on what we think based on the what ifs we talked about.
It is Grant and Ryan Reed and some guy named Dean on the next show, so that will be entertainment value for everyone.
Who's Dean?
I don't know who Dean is. I have to introduce myself when he comes on. We'll see if we can figure out who this Dean character is. But in all seriousness, though, that show is pretty entertaining, and you can maybe try to make some money along with the guys as they watch the game. I will be rooting on my Ravens and probably hedging by betting on the Bucks if and when the Ravens get a lead, because that's how the Ravens work this year. Bet the Bucks in the second half if the Ravens are ahead, for sure. All right, 3 minutes left until lock. I don't see any more questions in the YouTube. I know you had the Discord open. Is there anything in there that we have neglected, or anything that you've thought of that we need to pass along here as we get a couple minutes away?
Couldn't find anything in the Discord, but want to go back to on FanDuel specifically, the Lamar or somebody else in the MVP position. To me, unless you have a very strong feel of this person is going to be the highest scorer and here's why, then it's Lamar Jackson, because he has so many other ways to get there in compared to other people. If you don't have that feel and you just want to be different, Chris Godwin, Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, that's not all that different. I think the way to really do that is somebody like a Justin Tucker, like we talked about, or somebody like a Rashad Bateman, who, if he has a big game, it's likely because of long touchdowns. And if he's scoring long touchdowns, then there's a very good chance he could end up being the highest scorer on the slate. So I wouldn't be looking to guys that are there. I wouldn't be looking to put somebody there just because of price like you would on DraftKings. For me, it's only people you can envision in a game script putting up a very high score. So I would look to Bateman, Edwards, or Tucker as those three guys to get very different.
Yeah, I can buy it with Bateman for sure if he gets a couple long touchdowns, and if Edwards gets a majority of the carries, which I think eventually he'll get there. It's just a matter of whether or not that's tonight, because he's still a little banged up. There's certainly a path for that to be successful. So, all right, we have caught up on all the questions. We are about 30 seconds away from lock. It is 8:15, not 8:20 on Thursday nights. So if you do get your lock times confused, scramble, finish, upload, save, whatever you need to do. Because like 2 seconds after you hear this, it's probably going to be too late for you to do that. So this should be an entertaining game. I mean, obviously not just because I'm a Baltimore fan, but again, two teams that have disappointed. The Ravens at 4-3 and potentially could be undefeated, and Tampa losing to two bad teams the last 2 weeks. So a game that both teams certainly want a lot here this week. So with that, we are at lock, and good luck with your lineups there. So we'll see. It looks like they're gonna bring in the grind the line guys. Who's this Dean guy? Hi, Dean. Who's Dean?
What's up, Cards? You actually get to watch. I was going to say you can hang out with us as long as you want. Did you let the people know what's going on here, or no? I assume you did, right?
I did let the people know that some guy named Dean was coming up, and Dean and Grant are always, working nice together. So
some sack of crap named Daniel.
Well, I mean,
some
that's
guy you found just living in your basement for months.
I was squatting in this house for a while. It was actually kind of fun. Yeah, his dog likes me more than he likes Grant at this point, but that's unfortunate. Tell your dog.
Yeah. Dogs can smell when someone's clearly not doing well. That's why he was always around you.
Like, okay, fair enough. That's a superpower your dog happens to have.
No, that's just all dogs can do that. They can
know that. You're just
They
making
smell
that up.
the hormones. No, that's a real thing.
You mean emotionally or physically, or what do you mean?
They have dogs that can smell COVID.
You trained your dog to smell COVID? Your dog's not special.
My dog is special. A little bit of a dummy.
By the way, we should give away some premium for those that hang out with us. We'll figure it out along the way. We'll give away some RotoGrinders premium. We'll make it work. If you have any good ideas in chat, what's up, chat? Hit that like button and stick around. Watch the game with us. Mute. Who's it?
Darn
Is
I
it
forgot
Joe
it's on Amazon, what? Isn't it?
Yes, you have to have the old special Amazon fired up, and
I do have Amazon. The problem is trying to figure out how to get it online. I can do it on everything else.
Yep, and I think I'm on about a 7-week streak of having to reset my password. So that's it's pretty good because I can never remember what it is, and then I change it and it says you cannot use your current password. Oh crap, I remembered it. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how the Ravens do tonight. I mentioned obviously I'm a Baltimore fan, and they're 4-3.
You watched the game parts? Very first play of the game, Mark Andrews caught just like a 30-yard pass.
I don't because I don't have my Amazon fired up yet, and I'm gonna have to reset my password. So I'm gonna have to do that. But the Ravens have led by 10 in every game, so they're the 8th team in the last 22 years to have led by 10 in each of their first 7 games. The other 7 teams were all 7-0, and the Ravens are 4-3. They've blown 3 of them, and so that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna get out to a lead, and then they're gonna blow it again.
Well, that's spoken like a true fan.
Bet the Bucks in the second half if the Ravens are ahead at halftime. There's my betting advice.
Yeah, so that's what we do, by the way. We're going to be live betting. Grant's going to be wagering thousands of American dollars. Tell you guys what to do as well. Tell you what book to hit it at. We got Dude Man Pa here as well, who has also been crushing those gambling streets. What's up, Dude Man? Do I call you Dude Man Pa? It's funny. I hung out with you at Grant's wedding. We hung out at the Rockies game. I didn't call you Dude Man Pa, did I?
You can call me Ryan. Dude Man Pa works. First name works. I reply to just about anything.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite thing is I can't remember what it was, but there was something going on, and it was like, yeah, Ryan Reed's going to be on here. And you're like, who is Ryan Reed?
Yeah, I had no clue. I'm like, who's that? Is that a character from Boogie Nights? I never heard that person before.
Life is good when you can hide behind an alias, so apparently I'm doing something right.
Well, we'll let you guys we'll let you guys take it unless TJ wants to hang around for a little bit. I got to try to figure out how to get logged into my Amazon and see how my team's doing. But I'm gonna duck out. I don't know if TJ wants to stick around for a little bit.
TJ's rolodexing his excuses. He's like, let's say I got a dog that needs a walk. You want to get out of here, right, TJ? You feel free to hang as long as you want, but no pressure.
I got another live stream for the Agents of Fandom in 40 minutes, but I do have a little time right now, so I can talk through a few things. It's nice to see you again, Dean. You passed the show off to me for NBA Crunch Time, and now here we still are. I gotta say though, between Ryan and Grant, this is a show that it's gonna be important to have video for, because Dean never looking at the screen may have a tough time because your guys' voice is damn similar.
You think so? I think they both have a bit of a baritone going, right? By the way, the Baltimore's punting 4th and 9 on their own 43 or so. They sound similar to you?
I do. They're both low. I hear a lot of similarities. I had to make sure I was looking at whose mouth was going up and down when it was happening. But we got a fun NFL game today. I'll leave you guys to it. One thing I wanted to touch on before I would go is I feel like he's probably going to end up sucking because I say this, but Rashad Bateman on FanDuel is just looking like the sweetest tournament play of the day, coming in at 10% ownership over there. That's it. That just seems crazy to me. And so I'm very happy about the amount of Rashad Bateman that I have. Hopefully it goes well. The Luka Doncic play is looking pretty good, Dean.
Who would have thought Luka Doncic is going to smash? I mean, he needs like
and it
70
looks like
to
something
look good.
crazy's happening right now. So in the Baltimore game, so I'll let you guys
Significant
get to it.
change. I was going to throw it to you guys. Probably going to go to commercial, but as far as betting, Grant and or Ryan, always jump in when you have a bet. But we have first and goal from the 5 because Tampa Bay cannot field the catch. This is a quarterback keeper with Lamar, and he is down behind the line about the 8-yard line or so. Second and goal. But, basically some free points here from Baltimore because Tampa muffed the punt. Did you get anything in there, Grant, as far as any bets pre or post?
I've got about a G plus. I had some boosts. So I have roughly $2,000 on Tampa Bay to win right now.
Yeah, so did you bet anything else pregame, Ryan, or any of your favorite bets? Anything you're monitoring throughout the player props, all that good stuff?
I slammed a bet on the Ravens last night in an argument with Denver dude. And then I recanted this morning, and he provided me a decent cash out. And now I'm seeing Baltimore possibly score first or put up points, wishing I didn't do that. But I was on the under for this game was the only thing I opened it with, other than the SGP that I sent out, which is what I was writing down. I have a 10-legger that we should be able to cash while we're on the screen.
10-legger? We should be able to cash a 10-legger?
Hey,
it's not cashing.
Grant, how many of these 10-leggers are we losing by one leg?
Oh, a lot. I've lost a lot.
Last
one was
night,
the Giannis
I lost
block.
10-legger last night on LeBron. I needed 20 points. He got 19. I mean, there's no way he shouldn't have gotten to the 20.
Third and goal from the 5, by the way.
Yeah, Tampa Bay's a favorite right now.
Really?
So I don't know why.
That's because it was an incomplete pass to Andrews. We're probably going to get a field goal here from Tucker, I would imagine.
I'm hitting Baltimore plus 115.
Is that just straight up, or is there a line involved there?
It's just because it's 115.
Just the money line is how I was interpreting that.
Yes, money line.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Why isn't?
So, the chat's got a good question.
Never mind. It's off.
Here's an easy bet for you, Ryan. Where's the smart money in this? Alexander in chat says over under 3.5 Dean and Grant disputes. Where's the sharp money in that?
Oh gosh, way over.
That's a terrible line. Smash the over.
Oh, Bucks are plus 115. I'm hitting that.
Uh-oh. The back and forth has begun. Where are you seeing these, Grant? Because you're seeing
Caesars.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, tell the people where you're getting the lines at. You guys are both currently based in Colorado. Colorado is probably, correct me if I'm wrong, I was there for a bit. Obviously, I was squatting in Grant's place, but the one of the best states to be in regards to sports gambling because you have a plethora of books to choose from. But when you guys are throwing out the bets in chat, they're going to be throwing out their bets live, telling you what they're betting, what they're hitting, and what is the advantage, Ryan? Can you speak to that as far as betting games live, what you're looking for? Why is there an advantage to the bettor when it comes to betting games live?
I feel like the simplest way to explain that is you're getting value off the opening lines. The lines are sharp. The NFL is sharp. If you're going to get an in-game event like a muffed punt and put some early points on the board for the underdog, it just automatically shifts lines to value for you based on where they should be because of something that just happened.
Grant, anything to add to that?
Caesars just fudged me.
Were you listening? You're trying to get a bet in. You weren't listening.
I was trying to get a bet in. But yeah, essentially what Ryan was saying is, the lines moved. The biggest thing about live betting and why you have a massive advantage is because there's too many variables that not every sports book can take into account. With most sports books, especially market-making sports books, they can put out a line, let people get a little bit of money in there, and move the line accordingly. Things are happening too fast and too many bets are coming in and too many sharp bettors are betting where they're going to have a massive advantage. It's why you generally see 25 points of juice on a money line or on a spread instead of 10 points because they have to have that much of a buffer in order to stay competitive and stay profitable. The thing is, they can be drastically different. While every single site right now seems to have the money line sitting at pretty much even as a pick 'em. Realistically, there's going to be some drastic variations down the line, especially as more things happen. So Baltimore getting 3 points on their first drive. You look at the course of the game, there's 15 drives, 20 drives. I can't even remember. Off the top of my head, it varies based game on game and how good the offense and defense is. But essentially what ends up happening is getting an average expected 3 points for the Ravens is only a slight advantage over nothing beforehand. So if you told them every single drive they're going to get 3 points against the Bucs over the course of the game, they're likely going to win about 50% of the time. So now the Bucs getting this, the lines will start to move all over the place. A big play is almost certainly going to change the line about 10, 15 points.
Producer Steve is asking a question in chat. The player to score first touchdown, is that something we can still bet on, or we can't bet on that after the game has started?
I think you might be able to bet it live over on FanDuel, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, if you guys happen to have a lean there, I mean, I presume the odds would change now that Tampa's got the ball, and that they would adjust accordingly. Roddy, have you been betting a lot of games live in game? I know you do a lot of player props and your single game parlays, but do you live bet a ton, or is this we're just kind of diving in and see how it works tonight?
I do sometimes. Halftime is my favorite time.
Okay.
I like to do some player props, and I also like to have Grant's really good at doing things on the fly with 90 fingers and speed. It's very difficult. You can leave yourself hung out to dry if you don't know what you're doing, or you're not fast enough, or you don't have the right utilities to find the best lines. I really like the halftime window on these isolated nights. Give me a full 20 minutes. Let me think about it. And then I jam things in. So that's really my favorite.
20 minutes happens. Everybody's thought about it, and the lines are perfect. I can always.
That's true. That's true.
At
So you
halftime,
got to be ready.
Yeah, halftime.
Is that not true,
the
Brent?
first minute of halftime, there is a huge disparity between
First
sides.
minute, yes.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you just got to be early.
Well, then a lot of times, like people hammer it and they overcorrect way too much, and then you can hammer the other side. I've had halftime start where it started plus 130 on one side and then plus 130 on the other side, and then went back to even money on both sides.
Now, are you, arbitrage situations, are we anticipating that happening tonight, Grant?
Oh, it almost certainly happened on a few sites.
Explain what that is to the people. And but if you guys are in chat and like you're new to sports gambling just kind of popped up in your state, feel free to ask any questions. These dudes are really, really sharp when it comes to sports gambling. It's a hard market to beat, but it's absolutely beatable if you know what you're doing. Grant, talk about what an arbitrage situation is.
So the easiest way to explain an arbitrage, let's say over on PointsBet right now, like this isn't the scenario, so I'm just getting an example. On PointsBet, you see the Ravens sitting at plus 110. Over on DraftKings, the Tampa Bay Bucs are sitting at plus 110. You put $100 on each, you're guaranteed $10. You put $1,000 on each side, you're guaranteed $100. One thing to watch out for with these arbitrage situations is don't go too heavy on them, because occasionally the line will change and they won't input your bet. A lot of times with live betting, depending on how sharp of a bettor you are, they'll give you a 10-second, 5-second, 15-second sometime delay. It's why I don't live bet on MGM. They'll let me get the money down, but they put a massive delay on it. So if the line moves in their favor, they'll let you not take the bet. But if the line moves in their favor, they'll let you take the bet. If the line moves in your favor, then you're screwed. They reject the bet and you're just done.
Brutal. That's that seems does every site do that, or is that it depends on which one you're on basically?
Every site will do that based on how much you win. It's just how much of a delay. It varies site to site. Almost any site on any good sports bettor. Well, oh gosh, something's happening here. Ravens plus 130. I'm hitting that for $1,000 on PointsBet.
Well, because Godwin just caught a 44-yard pass to the 8-yard line. Tampa's first and goal.
I know.
Okay, just letting everybody else know.
Bucks being up by 4 points.
Yeah, I'm just letting I'm sure that people that are watching us, I presume, are also watching the game. They got to kind of synced up.
But let me take that bet, but now it's sorry. 180. Gosh darn it.
Crossing her out there for Godwin over the middle. First and goal for Tampa at the 8-yard line. What are you locking in there, Grant? You locking something in?
Plus 143, $1,000. Darn it, moved to plus 135. Still the best line. $1,000 over on Barstool. Maximum wager is $111. Gosh darn it. All right, $1,000 over on FanDuel at plus 132. Maximum wager is $767.
Grant, is there a point? Are you still figuring stuff out? I don't want to ask you a question when you're doing
just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no worries.
That is
Second and goal,
temper-
there's kind of a handoff there. 2-yard loss for Fournette. We're at the 10-yard line. Tampa, second and goal from the 10, 8 minutes to go, first quarter.
It's suspended. I don't know what just happened. Now it's down to plus 122.
I don't know. I'm watching the play right now. We got a little play action from Tom Brady. And, is that a catch or not a catch? Mike Evans caught a ball, but it looks like there's things out of bounds, and there's a flag down. But there was nobody near him. I don't know why he was so close to the
points bet plus 145 Ravens. I know it's a flag against the Ravens, and they have and it moved to plus 135. Darn it!
Man, that should have been a completed touchdown. That was weird. Ryan, you're watching the game, right? I assume you're.
Plus 145 hit it. Points bet.
Does Ryan not realize he's on mute, or?
Yeah, Ryan, you're dummy.
He's trying not to crunch chips in everybody's ear.
He was about 10 yards away from everybody. That was a terrible pass. Fournette looks like he's going to run it in to the 1.
No, to the 1 yard line.
Yeah. But that was a horrific pass because you didn't need a lot of touch on it.
Need a Godwin TD now.
I wonder if Godwin's.
Do I want to wait until a touchdown here? I think I wait until a touchdown. There it is.
They're probably going to score here. Are you ahead of me? Do you know if they've already scored?
I don't, but I'm assuming they did. I just got plus 162 over on FanDuel. Yep, they scored.
Yeah, Fournette right up the middle. 1 yard touchdown.
I didn't realize how much they would start limiting me on live betting.
I know what was it during the bubble time for basketball? You were just going crazy, and I remember talking to you about it. Is this giving you flashbacks to what that was like?
A little bit. Oh, plus 160 over at points, but and it's gone.
Grant, is there a tool that you're using that tells you the best live
I have
bet?
14 different windows up in front of me.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many windows do you have up, Ryan?
Less than that. Right now, I have 3 windows, but I do have multiple tabs. My question for Grant is going to be, I'm struggling to keep desktop version of Caesars open. Do you have Caesars and Barstool open on desktop, or are you running those primarily through?
I got them on desktop. I'm hitting. I'm hitting Ravens money line plus 175 at points bet. If they let
All right,
me.
producer Steve's telling me that Grant, are you not watching the game at all? You're just watching the lines and you're assuming you know what's going to happen.
I'm watching the game. It's one of the 14 windows
that's
I have
what I
open.
thought.
Yes, I know
Steve.
that the Bucks scored. They're currently up by 4 points. Ravens have enough offense to. There's going to be a back and forth game, so I'm essentially hitting it the entire game. I really, really wish I could bet on points bet right now, but
Why can't you? Are you shut out there? You're blocked. You want too much money?
Yeah. I mean,
Is there a
same
good
thing with
line there
everything.
you can share? Is there a good line you can take advantage of? You can share for the people.
Plus 175. Hammer that. Absolutely hammer it.
That's Baltimore money line plus 175.
Yeah, I'm just going to put the $60 that they'll let me put down on it.
Yeah.
Just for fun of these. Hooray, I got $60 down. So now no matter what, I'm up $75 on this.
And you keep track of this on a spreadsheet where you know at all times, based upon everything you locked in, like best case, worst case scenario. Is that right?
Yep. Do I want to put more? Baltimore plus 165 seems like a solid line. Let's see. What's it over at Caesars? Oh,
If they go down and score a touchdown, what will change? What would it change to?
It'll be Baltimore minus 107, minus 115 maybe.
Yeah. And then you take the other side, and you're all of a sudden you're good.
If depending on what the line is, I don't know if I'd hit it at one minus. If it was at plus $100, I'd hammer that at plus 107. It's where it should be. At minus 150 or at minus 115, I wouldn't. So it all depends on what the line is. All right, I'm hitting Bet Rivers $500. Max
Derek and Chad says you're like Rain Man. Yeah, Grant, you're really good with numbers and you're really good at this kind of thing. If I drop a box of toothpicks, would you be able to count how many toothpicks are in the box? You probably wouldn't be able to guess that.
Apparently, my mom was telling me stories that I used to be able to do that. Mom
Can you count
basically
cards?
explained- Huh?
Can you
Yes,
count
I
cards?
can count cards. I could count cards when I was 7 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
Such
I
an
taught myself
Seven
algebra.
years old?
Yeah, I taught myself algebra at 7-year-old too. I was a bit of a nerd.
Yeah. You say was as if like it's not also like current, state.
I didn't say it's changed. I was, and it still am. Boom. Now Baltimore's down to plus 140, plus 150 over at plus 162. I'm going to throw an extra $500 on the Ravens. They'll let me
Ryan,
get
what-
117.
Ryan, yes or no? Has Grant seen Rain Man?
Oh, he has to have seen it.
He's seen a lot of terrible movies. His taste in movies is bad.
Your taste.
He watches
is bad,
everything.
Yes, I have seen Rain Man.
Okay, fair enough. No.
This is
Grant,
going to be interesting. I'm down to about 2 sites to bet on already, and we're like 5 minutes into the game.
whose TV am I hearing, by the way? Somebody's got some.
Probably mine.
Hit the volume, Grant. Come on. Like, Rain Man, get on top of it.
You
Rain
can,
Man
you
do it.
can F and deal with it. It might also be Ryan. All right, so I can no longer bet on FanDuel. I can no longer bet on PointsBet. I can no longer bet on Barstool. I'm maxed out on all 3 of those.
They shut you out like just from the start of the game to now, and that's it?
Yeah, well, I have $3,000 on this game.
Okay.
With either a $700 win if Baltimore wins, or a $237 win if Tampa Bay wins.
So theoretically, you can just like you can be done with the day. And
Gosh
worst
darn,
case
I want
scenario,
to put
you
more
win
money on
$20.
Baltimore. I think they just turned the ball over.
It's 2nd and 6, and on the 30-yard line for Baltimore, and we'll see. I guess something bad's going to happen because again, you're ahead of me. I'm watching the game on the Amazon.
He's watching Line Shift live.
Yeah. So it's going to be. Is that?
Yeah.
That's not a turnover. It's just a bad run. Now we're at 3rd and 7.
I think I'm
3rd
going
and
to
8.
throw 500 on the Ravens. DK will let me get that on there. 500 to win 1,400 at plus 180 over on DK. Ryan, are you doing the same bets as me?
Oh, I am tailing. Some of them are moving faster than I can get to them after you say them. So,
Are you shut
Yeah.
out of any sets, Ryan?
Oh, plus
What's that?
190 over at PointsBet.
it's 185 DK now.
Yeah, no, it's
190,
moving
I
on up.
see
They're
it.
probably not going to get this for 195 DK. They're not going to get this. They clearly are punting, and I really like this line at plus 195. Oh gosh, plus 205.
Man, Lamar did
Ugh.
an awesome job of buying some time there in the pocket. I thought he was going to complete that pass, but you're correct. It's now 3 now, right? 4th and 7, they'll be punting the ball. But that was almost a really good play. Could he have run that? No. Linebacker stepped up.
Ah, darn it. I almost had an ARB situation at Caesars.
So we're probably going to go to commercial
I had
here.
DK
Is it?
at 205.
Oh,
Of
Tampa,
course.
pretty good run back to about the 38 or so of Tampa.
Ryan, plus 230 over on PointsBet. This game will get close again.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a pretty good line. Plus 230 on Baltimore money line.
PointsBet, yeah. So DK. All right. So now if Tampa Bay wins, I lose $1,200. If Baltimore wins, I get $2,600.
For now.
Yeah, Brady's about to have a 3 and out, and the line's going to move to minus 160 Tampa Bay. Yeah, I just don't understand this plus 230 at PointsBet. The line is absolutely terrible at every single site.
It seems like a little bit of an overreaction.
Yes, it's incredible overreaction.
You got any basketball bets tonight, Grant?
I have so many.
Anything
see.
live right now?
I think I have a few live right now.
There's a handful.
So I have Durant over 5.5 rebounds, not looking great. Durant under 4.5 assists, not looking great. And DFS under 4.5 rebounds. I don't know if that's looking great at all.
He's got 0, so that's good.
Okay. I also have a decent amount of oh, nice. I took live at 100 plus 160 the Nets to win, and they're currently up.
Yeah, we're about right at half. There's like 10 seconds to go till halftime.
I also have Luka over 7.5 rebounds and Dinwiddie over 15.5 points. So most of them aren't looking great.
No.
And
How about
I've
yourself,
tailed
Brian?
Dude Man Pa on the Ben Simmons triple-double, which is not looking good.
That's what I was looking at right now. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 points.
I saw you talking about it on the Scores and Odds earlier today. I caught a piece of that show, and I agree with you, Ryan. Like, look, the trouble, of course, is like Ben Simmons is dealing with a back. It's also a back-to-back. When was the last time he split a back-to-back? But, like, theoretically, at some point, he's going to have one of those games, right? And he almost had it a couple of days ago. Like, he was close to a triple-double.
Yeah, he absolutely was. He's been close a couple times. And my theory here is as long as we're going to keep it above 20-1, or I can get it built anywhere between 18 and 23, I'm just going to keep hitting it blind and ride the wave. It's going to come back. I'll start thinking about matchup a little bit more when we get down to maybe 10-1 or something.
Yeah. And I thought it was interesting, as you mentioned, like, you got to be slick. The sites can be creative. So the actual triple-double odds, like, that are posted are worse than building your own single game parlay. I found that interesting.
Yeah, that's a neat trick. Sometimes you can sneak in like a 10, 10, and 8 if you're worried about one of the categories and get it real close to what a triple-double is listed at another site too. FanDuel is a gift for that. Interesting.
Yeah. I haven't used it again because I'm not in the gambling state, but the new tool, I think it'll embed it. I'm pretty sure it's free on Scores and Odds. Can you guys speak to that, the single game parlay? Have you been using that, Ryan? To find the best places to shop and how to build positive EVs, single game parlays. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I like the I just like reading all the sims and seeing where all the sims think all the prop projections are going to land and what their probabilities are for winning. I really do dig through some of that, but I maybe even have a simpler plan for these SGPs. You just roll through the projections on Scores and Odds, open up the entire page of the SGPs. Find things that are just way off. If you've got a minimum 40 yards and a projection of 45 yards and it's minus 200, well, maybe we'll skip that one. If you've got a projection of 65 yards and I can get a minimum of 40 yards and it's minus 250, well, then there's a leg.
Plus 280 at FanDuel for the Ravens. I'm thinking about hitting.
Lord.
So Tampa's at the 31 of Baltimore.
Yes, I know. They just had a 7-yard run.
Yeah, well...
We can also get over the touchdown marker here for a spread at 7.5.
Just a 1-yard run here for Fournette, but they got the first down.
Yeah,
first down to the 30, 3 minutes to go in the first, 7-3 Tampa driving again.
Baltimore's going to win this game.
Yeah?
Yeah, plus 300 over at PointsBet right now.
They closed it on me.
You got to be quick, man.
I know.
It counts.
Oh, that's why. I'll take that too, though.
What is the lock line? Basically, depending on where you're shopping.
260. Tampa Bay sitting around 350.
So I had a spread queued up in the window, and PointsBet changed it by like a half a point. I know this is a trick on DraftKings. If you want to bet on something live, you can queue it up, and then as the actual posted line changes, it'll just change the juice on the one you left in your bet slip. So you can still basically access a number that's been pulled.
That's interesting. We got Austin in chat saying that Ben Simmons won't get 10-1 when he doesn't get 1. Oh, he's saying, okay, he's talking about, I think I assume it's just taking a shot at Ben Simmons because people love taking shots at Ben Simmons.
I don't want to put more
listen
money,
to
but
me fanboy about it all the time. So he's probably just tired of hearing it.
Superbook has Ravens at plus 325 because they just broke off a big run. I'm really thinking about it. 330 over at DK.
DraftKings.
Perriman just got a pass. We're at the 10-yard line. I assume that's first and goal. It's right around the 10. Probably first and goal for Tampa.
Yeah, if Baltimore doesn't start doing something, I might just be in rough shape.
Corey in chat says, Grant, listen up. Corey in chat says, y'all sleeping on Brady. He's pissed about losing last week and overall sucking. He's come for blood tonight. We're getting blood.
Ooh, a sack. There we go. Line's dropping to not
Wide
a sack.
receiver screen.
Yeah. Now it's down to 250.
How do you feel about such narratives like that, Ryan? That Brady, like I've heard people talk about angry Brady. How about he's just like he's 49-year-old Brady?
How about he's been angry last week and the week before?
He's got
And
one
this is the
touchdown.
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
First time Angry Brady hasn't come through. And now it's turned into Angry Tantrum Brady. And that might just be getting old. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I know for years, a lot of it is like we're waiting for the demise, but I think we finally hit it. I think we're kind of,
Riding that wave right there. I was wrong 3 years in a row. I had to stay on that ship this year.
Yep.
He missed Evans in the end zone again. He's missed him twice. Like one time it was egregious. They still scored a touchdown, but this was a tough throw, and he didn't get it. 3rd and 12 from the 12, I want to say. I guess they can get a first down at like the half-yard line, but that, it's not worth talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
So we're rooting for a field goal, I assume?
Rooting for a pick six or a field goal.
Yeah, well.
The line hasn't moved, so I guarantee they didn't get this. They're going to kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That was a terrible pass again. He threw like in the double or triple coverage. I guess he had to get rid of it. But yeah,
this line still seems bad at plus 260.
Yeah, this line's upside down if the Ravens score on this possession.
If the Ravens score on this possession,
Big time.
I mean, they're going to kick a field goal. Yeah, there it is. There's the line correction. It's down to 225, unless they just missed this, which I don't think they did.
No, it's a field goal.
No, they hit it. Oh, plus 2. What? Moved. Yeah, it was a plus 290 for a second.
Oh, wow.
No, Caesars just so you're having problems with Caesars?
Yeah. It doesn't actually, the format doesn't work the same on the desktop.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Like a login or using your account, like the buttons don't always seem to be there. Sometimes I can't get back to the homepage, but it's also one of those apps where it's constantly logging me out. So if I put it in the background on the phone and switch to something else and try and come back, it wants to log back in, and that's just a pain. It's one of the ones that's not as easy for speed.
Or built for speed or built for fun. What was that line?
It's comfort. Built
Comfort.
for speed or built for comfort.
What are you built for, Grant?
I'm built for comfort.
Man, what do I say? I'm not built for either. Definitely slow, and I'm not built for comfort. I'm bony.
Bony.
How's Denver treating you?
Fantastic, except for that snow this morning. I'm not ready for winter.
Is it snowing out there already?
FYI, Caesars has the line at plus 300.
Oh, wow. That seems pretty good.
Hit that.
That's very high compared to everybody else. 250 is the next highest one I see. 240 after that. Yeah, usually we get a snow there at the end of September. We didn't get an end of September or an early October snow, so I really shouldn't complain this morning. It was like 2 hours of flurries, but it was cold outside and I had to wear a jacket. That's what happened.
Can you segue in the snow?
What's that?
Do you segue in the snow, or the segways are retired? You got to find another means of transportation.
I haven't tried the scooter in the snow yet. I'm sure I'll just stick to the Ubers.
Oh, I've scooted in snow.
Have you? How did it go?
Yeah. I mean, fine. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Did you go down is the question.
Yeah.
I still have not crashed. I've been around 7 different crashes.
What do you define as a crash?
Falling off the scooter.
Speed, falling off the scooter in some way.
What if I had to just like lock up the brakes and flip over the front to stop for a vehicle that was coming through an intersection? I didn't go down. The scooter flipped over. I kept walking.
Did you stay on your feet?
Yeah.
Wait, you did a full flip?
Okay, that's the qualification. If you stayed on your feet, it's not a crash.
It was pretty impressive. My feet got all banged up because the scooters are heavy, and I was wearing flip flops, and that just sounds like a disaster in itself. But yeah, my ankles are officially beat up from a summer of scootering.
Scoot it and boot it.
Is it just, Kirk Herbstreit had work done. He looks too young. He just showed up in the booth.
Not everyone ages poorly like you, Daniel.
What?
Not everyone ages poorly like you do.
He played a lot of football. I think he had some work done. I don't know. I mean, I'm not hating on it. Good for him, but that's my
Could
theory.
just be the makeup.
Yeah, that could be it too, I suppose. I don't know. Did you see the shot in the booth or no? You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I was thinking the same thing. I think it was Saturday game day kickoff or whatever. I was watching college football.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's looking extra tan and extra Hollywood.
Let's see. Okay, here's a question for you, Grant and chat. Cloud wants to know, bet the over on one NBA player every game he plays. Double down every game until you hit. Is that a good strategy or bad strategy? Martin
I mean,
basically.
So if you have the bankroll and they'll let you, eventually it will pay off. But no, it's not a good strategy because chances are they're not going to let you.
The day you run into the
Desmond
limit.
Bane last year, didn't you? I feel like you kept betting him every single, but he was hitting.
Yeah, I wasn't doubling.
Yeah.
He just bets Desmond Bane every day.
I have Desmond Bane today. I have Desmond Bane for so I put in $500 on Bane. Oh, great. Line just moved. Something bad's going to happen for Baltimore here. I bet Desmond Bane for 500, and then I bet Desmond Bane parlayed with the Memphis money line along with the Tampa Bay money line. Yep, there's that sack.
Ooh, it's about 3rd and 20 now. Jeez.
My bets are not looking great.
That's the last play of the quarter, so they're going to have time to adjust the lines and all that kind of stuff. Right now, we're going to go to commercial again.
Yeah.
But, that was a rough play. You got anything in the Clippers Thunder game, Ryan?
Clippers Thunder. What do you like in that one, Austin? -6.5?
Yeah, I'm down by 14.5 right now. Not 12.5.
We didn't.
I didn't have anything in that game.
But privy to this, Grant, did you know that Ryan had a lifeline just on layaway?
I know who his lifeline is. You know who his lifeline is.
The name seems familiar, yes.
You have his text message. Am I allowed to say what his job is?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he works over at PointsBet. Ask him why I'm limited to $600 in bets over at PointsBet on live betting.
I'll just answer that one.
I guess you're
The
making
traders don't like you.
Yes, I know they don't like me. Gosh. Darn it.
Plus
Hey, at
290.
least we're betting anything. Got to be appreciative of anything sometimes.
Yeah. I assumed live betting. It's such a. I guess I've taken them for a ton of money on live betting.
And I kind of feel like they are approaching it as a single event. Like, yes, you're betting multiple outcomes inside of one game, and they're viewing it from the spectrum of it's just one game. So if they were going to limit you to 1,000 on one game, you could only do so much inside of that anyway.
Yeah, Zach at the house with you, or are you over at Austin's?
Yeah, no, I'm at my house. Austin's here.
Is Zach there?
No, I meet up with Zach next week.
Zachonomics in his house.
Chad is in his house.
He's in the chat.
All right. Well, at least my props in this game are looking decent.
What are your props?
Bateman under 48.5 receiving yards and Fournette under 4.5 receptions.
I don't think Fournette has a catch yet. I could be wrong.
I don't believe so.
Fournette's is not of a catch.
Not even a target.
Woo! Godwin with 3 catches. I can't believe sites are offering you can bet on targets. Targets can be so subjective.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that. Was it Prize Picks? I can't remember what site. I'm sure it's more than one. But you can bet on targets, and that's just again sometimes quarterbacks are throwing the ball away, and the closest receiver too. That's a weird one. That's just surprising.
I would hate to lose a bet on a misinterpretation of what is or what isn't. Yeah, that's a category that I haven't seen, but I definitely wasn't looking for it.
I mean, you literally do that constantly in basketball. It's no different than assists or rebounds.
Well, no. It's distinct. It's not no different.
Oh,
there are
really?
sometimes where assists can be subjective, and the home scorekeeper is a little more.
Have you ever heard of stat correction, Daniel?
Yeah, but there's There's not stat corrections for targets.
No, because they just give a target to a specific person each game.
I don't
Each
understand
play,
the point you're
a
making.
target is given to a specific person, and it's subjective sometimes.
But it's generally not subjective. Like that guy came down with a rebound, therefore he gets the rebound. But it's well,
I'd always like that.
What? Yes, correct. Screen pass here. They're just giving up. Dead play from the start. Didn't gain any yards.
Oh man, things
Fourth
aren't
down.
looking great for your boy.
Well, this is why they play 4 quarters.
The answer to Cloud's question is going to be, well, say you went on a 5-day, 10-day down streak, and eventually you're going to hit a point where they're not going to let you wager that double down to come back, and you're going to be hooked with it.
Yep.
Right, producer Steve, feel free to. He's hanging out for 3 hours or so, and he watches the games. He's got the game on. Feel free to chime in and jump on the show if that's something you can make work from a technology perspective. And you're in Tennessee, you're probably wagering in the game. I'm sure you have some bets. Feel free to say hello, Steve. Or not.
Duck.
Hi, I'm Steve.
Just sort of throwing it out there. Maybe it messes with the screen. I have no idea.
Oh, he said he'll be on in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. Just feel free to jump
Don't
in.
you feel dumb, Dino?
Why would I feel dumb? Like it just I'm good. I've always been known for having good timing. I'm not sure if you know that, Grant.
It's definitely not true. FY win bet plus 375 on the Ravens. I'd still take that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're not doing great, are you? Following me the entire time.
This is what happens. Now, secretly, I've been taking spreads across key numbers while we're doing all these plus 400s and the bullshit. So I should be riding back nice. I see we're gonna tickle this 10 right here, so I'll think about that while you're hammering plus 400, and I'll just take a little on both of them.
I'm staying away for a little bit because I've got decent liability.
Was that White in there? Yeah, it was White. They took Fournette out this drive, or at least for a play. That is the risk, right, Grant? Like if Baltimore doesn't punch back, if you're playing the back and forth game, then you can be in trouble.
Yeah,
obviously, which happens.
I mean, the worst I can do is down. Like, I think the worst I can do is lose 1,500. But I also have that same game parlay X where if Bain hits, then I'm technically up 200 or 2,000. If Tampa Bay, I'm up 2,000 regardless. But likelihood of that happening isn't great. It's like plus 660.
Zach in chat says if anyone wants to know how old he is, he went to Michigan with Tom Brady, so he's between the ages of like 44 and 47 or something like that. I know Brady's 45, I believe. There you go. Is that correct? 45?
Right around there, I think. Zach and I are about the same age, Dean, so that's right in our zone there. So Brady's just a couple of years older than us, yeah.
Isn't it outrageous he's doing what he's doing at 45?
Thinking about me trying to do that right now, and I'm 3 years younger than him. No, I don't want to do it at all.
3 and out for Tampa, by the way. Catchable ball, but nice hit there by the safety or the corner that came up on it. I presume Tampa's going to punt here at 4th and 4 around midfield. They probably shouldn't, but like that's a whole other conversation. They should be going for this here, but that's just me. If I was playing Madden, there's no way I'm punting the ball here. I'm going.
Oh yeah, you never punt Madden, even from your 5-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, punting. Come on, that's weak. That's why would you do that?
Always go for it and always go for 2. It's Madden.
Yeah,
I can't believe this stuff drives me nuts when they punt. I don't even have a punter on my team.
I mean, the only time you ever punt,
to the 5,
down to 5.
Yeah,
not great, but
great bounce.
Yeah, Grant, Desmond Bain starts in about an hour or so. I know you got some money locked in on that. Luka, 24 and 5, which is kind of be expected. 2 minutes into the second half. I tried to bet his points on Thrive or something, and I couldn't. I didn't like the numbers of posted yet here. But yeah, he's going to keep smashing. That's just how that goes.
Yeah. So an instance where there's a huge problem with live lines is before they punt, Baltimore was plus 330, after they punt and get down to the 5, it went to plus 280.
Wow.
That also went from 9.5 to 7.5 because I was trying to get over the 10.
Ravens are scoring a touchdown on this drive. They're still in it.
Yes,
There it
they
is.
are.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What are your bets, Steve? What do you got? What do you got live?
Ravens money line and +3, but this was all pre-game.
Are you following along a bit and some stuff live, or is it too much nonsense for you?
No, I can, but I'm just not confident yet. I kind of agree with what Ryan said way earlier. I think it's best at halftime.
It's a good time. I really do like that. It's a sweet spot for sure.
That's what everybody else is betting, though.
Well, you got to get it early, but it's essentially like a new game.
Yeah. You start looking at things at the very end of the second quarter. Things slow down around the 2-minute warning. Start getting an idea of what you want. And like Grant said, sometimes it gets hammered so hard you can end up betting the backside of it before you even start the third quarter.
Yeah. Did anybody have to actually order Amazon Prime for the football? Or you guys have Amazon Prime already, right? I assume. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Grant's got to borrow. You borrowing? Who's login? You got, Grant?
I don't know. I need to find someone. May have Dude Man Paw placing a bet for me during this game.
Uh-oh. That's how it goes sometimes.
I mean,
is he good for it though, Dude Man Paw? I don't know.
Yeah, he's good for it.
I think he's good for it.
I would
I'm
say
just trying
so.
to stir the pot for no particular reason. We're gonna get a 95-yard drive here.
Yep. 195-yard play.
I was going to say one play also.
No,
That's
probably
a
a
little
15-yard pass here.
That's asking for too much, I think. Baltimore has yet to establish any sort of run. They just did it there, and that did not. Oh, look at that. Nice little move. Who is that?
Gus Edwards.
Okay, Gus.
Nice
It was
play.
It was a real heartbreaker that they started so hot with the Andrews long pass and then the muff punt that they got back.
Yeah.
Which is why, those early lines, too, it's like, oh, it seems great, and now you're getting way more value, even though they're down.
I feel
I
like
still
the
think there's
market
tons of value at plus 300 on.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
I
When they
just
got
took
that
it.
muff punt, it was probably they were plus 105, maybe even. And now,
Zach,
Come on.
they got a sack for Tampa. I don't even know if this guy was even blocked or anybody attempted to block this dude. He was in the backfield really quickly.
I read the Blind Side by Michael Lewis. He goes
that
very
based on
in
a true
depth
story?
about left tackles on the
Yeah?
blind side.
Did you watch the movie too?
I did.
Michael O'Hore. Is it O'Hore? O'Hore? Michael.
Or
Yeah. Apparently, I think there was some exaggeration in that movie. No surprise. Some movie magic.
not a ton.
Oh,
There was not much
he said it
exaggeration.
was. Oh. Mark Andrews with a catch, and now he's slow to get up. He's grabbing it.
No.
He's walking off the field now, but he was a little slow at first.
Stop getting hurt.
He stayed down for a little bit.
Joe Montana said Rudy was kind of nonsense. Joe Montana went to Notre Dame during the time of Rudy.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
There's some exaggeration there. And I don't know if you guys are getting down. There's a lot of Air Bud wasn't completely true either. I don't know if you guys know that.
No,
Wow.
that is entirely factually correct.
I'm in shock.
That was frame for frame.
First down, Baltimore. That's Robinson, I believe, with a catch. Yeah. Air Bud, the greatest multi-sport athlete of our time. 7th inning fetch, played some baseball.
I mean, he kind of topped out after.
He didn't top out.
13.
Golden Spike.
You can't get into the NFL after before 20, and I doubt he lived that long, Daniel.
Oh, Jesus.
Is there? You can't be
Well,
19.
doesn't he only have to be 3?
I mean, I don't know if the NFL accepts dog years.
Well, if you remember
they-
Air Bud, there was actually an argument in Air Bud. The rule book does not say dogs can't play.
I haven't said
Yes, but the
We'll
rule
just get
book
him.
does officially say that you cannot. You have to have graduated high school, I think, and been out of high school for 2 years.
Wait, you
They
can't
gotta make-
GED and play in the NFL?
Huh?
You have to graduate. You can't have a GED?
Actually, no. I guess that might just be the NBA.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably a GED.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, most players go on this, they go somewhere in college, obviously, but I
They
don't know if
could
there's
make-
a talent for it.
They could make a Billy Madison-esque Airbud movie where he gets through school.
Remake Billy Madison only with dogs. Is that what you're proposing?
Yeah, he's got to, so he can play in the league. He has to get through school.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'd watch that. Baltimore is driving here. Successful plays. We got 2nd and 5 or so at the 45 or so of Baltimore. Looking pretty good here. Nice little drive they're putting together. Little punt
Derek
back.
in chat says NFL does factor in dog years.
I don't
I
know.
mean, have they read the NFL rule book?
He's got it on
Um,
PDF. He just searches, hits enter.
Let's go
everybody's-
with Baltimore. The line still seems so far off.
Who got the ball first? Is that what it
Baltimore.
is? Yeah, that's probably partially why.
It's probably factoring in, but still is off.
We're going to have
We
a
need a
3rd
score
down
here.
and about 2 or so from the 48. This should be 4-down territory. We'll see, depending on what they get on 3rd down here.
They'll get it.
Oh, that's some confidence there.
Mm-hmm.
DK is down to plus 235.
Yep, points bet down to plus 220.
Oh, it just
There was a
dropped
DK
actually
down
to
to
plus
plus 205,
205.
so they got it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the spread dropped from 6.5 to 5.
This is the fun part about actually being at an event. You can see how Grant's watching a line and tell what the play is going to happen on TV because he can see the updated score. So you can actually get like slightly in front of that if you're at a live event and have reception.
It's why
Yes.
why a lot of places don't have great Wi-Fi.
That's
They don't want
interesting.
people live betting.
That's
That
very
makes sense.
true.
I think
I know a guy that can hook you up with some Wi-Fi if you need it.
You know a Wi-Fi guy? You got a Wi-Fi guy?
Yeah. Private Wi-Fi at Ball Arena. It's perfect.
I mean, I don't know if you're joking or not, but it's hilarious if that's somebody actually is a private. You actually have a private Wi-Fi guy?
Yeah.
I love it.
I
Screen
don't know if
pass.
you know this, Daniel, but me and Dude Man Power are big deals.
Well, you don't have your own private Wi-Fi guy,
You don't know
so
that.
maybe he's. Don't. What makes you a
I
big deal by
think
association?
flag against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
face
No, it's
mask.
against Baltimore.
Is
I think
it?
it might have been blocked.
It's going to be.
My TV must be slow.
The refs are having a conversation. Pass interference on the offense. Little push off.
Yep.
Yeah, Grant.
How did
just
I know
because
that?
Ryan's
Not
a
because I saw it,
big
but
deal-
because of the line movement.
Yep.
Yes, you can read the line movement. Now that's really interesting. That theory. I didn't think of that, but that makes a lot of sense, Grant.
That's what I was trying to say to you before, where Grant seemed a little bit ahead, the line movement. I have it up on screen, DraftKings, and it's showing the live in the bet slip.
That's kind of a weak call, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw the replay. Yeah. First and 20 now for Baltimore on their own 45.
And I think they aren't going to get it because it's jumping up to 290.
There might have been a
Yeah,
delay.
no, they
here.
just I think had a false start.
Something's going on.
The refs,
But they might have,
apparently
started the clock early. Harbaugh's not pleased for what it's worth.
Is Andrews done? Or are you guys just speculating?
I saw that in chat from Austin.
Yeah.
I went on Twitter, and I don't see anything as far as an injury unless I missed it.
Hasn't played since.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's
I
just
mean,
saying he
still
hasn't come back
injured.
into
I
the
think
game.
Oh, he's questionable with a shoulder.
Great.
Just posted now, according to Underdog NFL.
They're still discussing this flag, too. Nothing has been called yet.
Yeah,
Zach.
Ravens beat writer says questionable with the shoulder. He wasn't grabbing in his shoulder for what it's worth. And coming into the game, was it his shoulder or was it something else? What was his body part? You guys remember? I feel like it wasn't his shoulder, but I could be wrong.
I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
He was nursing
Yeah, he was
something.
grabbing his hammy.
You see what happens when we shut down body parts? Nobody knows what part of the body was hurt. Dean, bring it back.
Dean, don't
He
you
never
ever bring
did
it back.
all. Grant hated him. He wouldn't even give me a second to even say him. He would just start yelling.
Why is it? We already know who's injured, Dean.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's like, well,
Or just
you-
say it
you're
before the
speaking
game
to-
because we went game by game, you dummy.
Yeah, but there's a big picture conversation. People, jeez. 1st and 20. You got to complete it.
Does anybody bet minus 500 money lines live? Zach's asking. Zach, no, I don't bet minus 500 ever if I don't have to.
Oh, I have.
Oh, I'm sure. And I just said if I don't have to. I can usually find something that's just not that deep.
Austin needed to tune into the pregame show because he said he got baited and heard Deshaun was playing, and he's in his.
Oh, he was inactive.
Yeah. TJ went over that.
Yeah. We got a deep pass here. Oh, what? Look at Lamar making some moves. This is pretty impressive just to get rid of it.
Oh my God, throw it away.
I don't know if that ball passed the line of scrimmage. If it didn't pass the line of scrimmage, it's going to be grounding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's still got to pass the line of scrimmage, and I don't think it did.
See a lot of gesturing, but
I think they're going to call. I think they're going to call it for.
There's
he didn't put enough.
3 plus 330. Yeah, it's most definitely.
He had to put some zing on it, and there was no zing. He just kind of like. It was tough because he was getting pressure, but he was out of the pocket. But if the ball didn't pass. Where's it got to go? Like the 45 or the 50?
Yeah, it's 47 or 47.
Where did it? You're saying where it went out? Yeah, I can't even tell where it went out, but it's subjective. Looks like, but I guess they hit him with grounding. Looks like.
Yeah.
36. Jeez.
Oh man, 3rd and 36.
Here.
I think I like just do another screen. Oh, handoff nonsense.
This is where Freddie Mitchell comes in off the bench, 4th and 24.
The old Donovan McNabb reference, right?
Yeah.
Was that Mitchell who caught it the other end of it?
I believe so. Freddie Mitchell. I was an Eagles fan, so that was like, the biggest play of his career. But, Donovan to only have people like Todd Pinkston and Freddie Mitchell. And you gave him a couple seasons
Todd
at TO.
Pinkston reference. Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
If we
He hasn't had a shot attempt since the first quarter.
Mark Andrews walking to the locker room.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
It's close enough to halftime. It's not surprising, but
yeah. I think he was in the tent, and then whatever was there wasn't good enough. So doesn't seem optimistic, but we'll see. Who are we talking about now?
Torture Chamber with 11 points at halftime.
You got Dort?
I got the over of 14.5, I think.
I love when teams do this. They let their player play with 3 fouls to have. But SGA's got 4 fouls going into halftime.
Oh, yeah, they'll still let him play. They've done this with them many times before.
I love it. Yeah, it's, math says, like, just because you get 3 in the first doesn't mean you're going to get 3 in the second half also. But respect.
Unless you're reading the Ben Simmons School of Defense book.
Yeah, Ben Simmons has been really handsy this year as far as the fouls. Where's he at now today? 4, 3, and 2, and 3 fouls. So he's on track with his fouls.
He's just not used to playing, yeah?
Well, he hasn't played in over a year. This is his first back-to-back, and who knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Kyrie's got 4 blocks and 2 steals. That seems surprising.
Guys, I won an Evan Mobley Top Shot yesterday.
How'd you win it?
Super Draft concert or contest? Not concert. Yeah.
What level Top Shot was it?
It was a talent. It was out of the 500, whatever it is. Out of 500, I think it's
nice.
Rookie one. Metallic gold, probably worth like $280.
Pretty sure my profile is empty over there at this point.
Ryan, Zach, I got 318 moments, but they all kind of suck.
I got 505, including 8 rookie Desmond Bain moments, and my cost base is 6,200, is drastically higher than my fair market value of 3,100.
Look at you with these smart words and these smart. Look how smart you want to sound, Grant. Hey, Zach wants to know, Ryan. Brian Mitchell. Were you a fan of Brian Mitchell? You had to be. You're an Eagles fan, right?
Brian Mitchell. Yeah, but he was a Skinner too. He played for the Redskins and the Eagles. I mean, if you want to go back in time, Zach, we'll go with like the Vi Sikahema. There's a hometown hero.
He was an Arizona Cardinal.
Yeah, he was. I think he was. came back to Philly to be like a weatherman or something. He ended up working on a newscast after that.
Here's another shot of Kirk Herbstreit in the work that's been done on him. I don't know why I'm starting this stupid rumor.
How old is he?
55? Like 53? He looks awesome for 53. Maybe he just has a really good regimen. I don't know what's going on there, but
Ben Stinkmans.
Reggie White and Clyde Simmons, those are your guys?
Reggie White. Yeah, Clyde Simmons. That was the team. Randall. I was a huge
Randall?
Ricky Waters fan. Randall Cunningham, of course.
Oh, okay. I was thinking John Randall. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Ricky Waters.
Yeah, that was like the new era. So the end of one and the beginning of another.
Did Ricky Waters, was he the guy that retired because he didn't want to fly anymore?
That was Sean Alexander.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think Ricky Waters ended up in Seattle too. That's why I'm getting those confused. Deep
Ricky
pass by
Waters.
Brady.
Not
Evans did not catch it.
And somehow not the most fun Ricky that's ever played in the NFL.
Williams.
Yes.
Yeah, Ricky Williams was something else.
I mean, just like press conferences with Marshawn on one side and Ricky Williams on another, you can't really beat that.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you up to,
Go
Zach?
on,
You want to
Chad
hop
Johnson.
on, Zach?
Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah, Zach will be on Live Locks tomorrow. I don't think you ever met him, Dino. No, you didn't.
Did you see the hot mic for Marshawn this past weekend? Like you give Marshawn a hot mic, you know what you're getting into. Like you can't be upset. 3.5 for Tampa. And by the way, as a side note, I always recommend this. I feel like I talked just about you with you, Grant, on Netflix. If you watch the Murderville show,
I've not. My wife hated it.
oh, well, watch it on your own. Carve out your own half hour. Have you seen this, Ryan? Murderville. You were Murderville Netflix. It's like it's with Marshawn Lynch. There's different episodes.
Zach just sent you the DM of the link.
Full confession, I don't watch anything but sports for the most part. Like sitting down and catching a show. So yeah, like I'm not really into many shows. I stumble upon one here and there, but after I just turn on sports.
Like you just don't watch
whatever's live.
If it's not sports, you're not watching it?
Kind of. That's kind of where it's at right now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
What about like Friday Night Lights? Would you watch that?
I mean, sure. It's not that I wouldn't watch them, but there's just so many sports on all the time, and it turns out we gamble on sports. So I'm constantly
I have
looking.
never gambled.
Ever.
What are you
Never.
doing on the show? By the way, you got a fan here in chat, Ryan. Nathan says, "Dude, man is so good. Literally cash with him every single weekend. It's ridiculous. Is this your burner account?"
It is my burner account. You know, Nathan's a good guy, man. Yeah, we do cash a lot of bets. We have a private chat that we share some things in sometimes. And the squirrel picks, that's right. The squirrel picks are these SGPs, and the name of the chat's actually One Leg Poppies because of how many times we do end up losing a parlay on one leg. It's ridiculous.
I thought squirrel picks were like Squirrel Patrol making picks, but no, it's something else totally different. You're aware of Squirrel Patrol or no? I'm not really sure if it's a DFS thing.
Yeah, Breslin.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure. But squirrel picks have nothing to do with Breslin.
No, the squirrel picks are basically.
Look at this guy.
Hey, and he brought the Cleveland Browns hat.
Of course he did.
Did
You
you
guys
bring a
hear me?
pizza?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I figured we got a good about half hour, 45 minutes before the Grizzly game starts, and Grant starts focusing on the Desmond Bain play-by-play. So I'm just going to jump in for a little bit.
By the way,
That's good.
John
We can-
Contar officially ruled out if you care.
Bane's going for 40, Dino.
I mean, it's going to bump up like Tyus Jones incrementally.
Grant lives on the Bain ladder.
Oh, yeah, I do. I have. Bane paid for my house.
Hey, while we have Zach here, Zach, why don't you tell us how you bet live futures instead of sides and totals during the game live, and what your strategy is there? So what would you be doing in this game for like a future move on the Ravens or the Bucks, or would you have anything?
So I cashed out some futures on the Ravens before the game. I figure if Tampa Bay looked terrible and the Ravens won tonight, their odds wouldn't really increase that much. So I wanted to take some liability off the table on the Ravens futures tonight. I got about 17-1 on the cash out, and they're about 18-1 on the open market. So I figure I'm not losing much if I wait post game and pick them up later at like 16-1 or 15-1 on a win. And if they lose, if they lose to Tampa looking so poor in this season, then that's not good. But with the Jamar Chase injury, that AFC North division really opens up for Baltimore if they win this game. So that news came in a little bit after I cashed out, but if Baltimore does win this game or takes the lead, it would be a good time to think about Baltimore futures, because with Chase out 4 to 6 weeks, I think it could be 8 weeks even. They don't really want to say that right now, but it could. That's an open door because the Browns ain't going to be there, and the Steelers ain't going to be there. It's Baltimore's to win right now.
So, Grant, there's so many in chats. This is a good time that you've talked to me about this a lot, about how you use your FanDuel no risk $1,000 bets. Adam said he uses FanDuel no risk $1,000 bet on the Ravens money line, so he jinxed them. First down Baltimore, by the way, across the 50 into Tampa Bay territory, but the 47 or so. Grant, tell people how to best use their $1,000 free bets.
I mean, the best way to use it is just full amount of money on the most positive EV line you can find. But if you don't want to go that ballsy, then it's really simple. Let's say the easiest thing to do is assume you can find a line that's minus 150 on one side over at Caesars, and plus 150 over on another spot, so an arbitrage line, and then you put the equal amounts of money between Caesars and FanDuel on the opposite sides of the line. So you're guaranteed a $0 loss along with a free $1,000 bet. And that's it. So, and then you put the $1,000 bet if you wanted to, 2-leg parlay, and then hedge the other side on another site, the first leg, and then hedge the second leg. You're pretty much guaranteed a free $500.
You don't really want to bet it on a negative though, right? For the most part, because you don't get the equity back on the 1,000.
I mean, the main thing is Caesars is a $1,500 risk-free bet, and FanDuel is a $1,000 risk-free bet. And so if you bet on a minus 150 for $1,500 and you bet on a plus 150 for $1,000 over on FanDuel, then you have zero risk. And if you lose the Caesars one, you get $1,500 back in free bets. If you lose the FanDuel one, you get $1,000 back in free bets, and you don't lose any money in either scenario.
Well, arriving at the 25 of Tampa. I don't know why they're rushing.
Oh, it's just exciting that the Ravens are going to tie this up.
Why is Baltimore rushing? There's 3 minutes to go, and ideally they would want to score right when the clock hits
Clock's
1.
running, buddy.
Yeah, but they had a no huddle before this play. I don't know why they're sprinting.
Because they didn't want Baltimore. They didn't want the Bucs subbing in and out their defensive linemen.
I guess that's what it was. Yeah, but the point is you don't want Tampa to get the ball back this half. Is kind of the idea here. They should probably run the ball here and just take it at a 2-minute warning. I think that's what they'll do. That's my guess.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Brady's not going to score the rest of the game.
Well, I think he will. And Lamar threw it away, but they were passing.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's peculiar.
That's why you don't run a
you run there and take it down to the 2-minute warning, and you don't want Tampa to get the ball back.
Doesn't matter. They're not going to score.
You can't. It doesn't work that way. You can't just say, well, they're not going to score. It's that.
I can say it.
You can say it.
I can say anything I want.
You're an adult.
I've been
So
told.
are you guys watching are you watching other books right now? Do you have a multitude of books that you're looking at, or are you focused on one or two?
I have 6 up right now. Betway, SI.
So Grant, do you find that one of the books has the best Baltimore price and it kind of stays that way the whole game, or do you see them fluctuating?
Generally, one will have the same best price for the majority of the game. It does fluctuate a little bit. The big thing is, one thing you have to realize is books like WinBet and Sports Illustrated, both of them tend to have a massive amount of juice just juicing the favorite. So Tampa Bay, when the Ravens were plus 300 virtually everywhere, Tampa Bay over at PointsBet was minus 400. Over at DK it was minus 375. Over on win, it was minus 650.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see drastic variations on the favorite. Oh, are they going to go for it? This is exciting.
4th and 2 from like the 10. Likely caught a pass. Likely, by the way, is going to start shining if Andrews does not come back. I presume he'll step in the tight end.
I mean, we should have known that. Backup tight ends on a showdown slate.
I do have some likely in my showdown slates. So showdown lineups. What do we think they go for it here? 4th and 2. I mean, it's guaranteed 3 essentially from Tucker.
Kick it.
Zach, back to what you were saying. Usually, whatever book has the best price coming into the open of the game, that'll be the one that carries through the same sort of whatever their numbers were in the beginning will sort of stay linear throughout the game as they adjust back and forth. So usually that's easy to sort of hone in on where the value is going to be live.
And I was asking in the chat about, do you notice certain books? Because I've noticed FanDuel's underdog lines, I'm a money line bettor. FanDuel has like the juiciest money lines on the dog. Whereas, like a points bet I've noticed has like the best favorite line. Do you guys notice books consistent like that or not really?
So I think it's more because FanDuel.
Like when Grant mentioned the win, and the SI was like way juiced on the favorites.
So I think with FanDuel, the main thing is they have a lot of bad bettors on there because they're generally pretty quick on the hook. So bad bettors almost always bet the favorite. So that's why you'll generally get a better line on the underdogs because they're just doing it to hedge their bets. Like it's not about making money as much as just not losing money. I think they're the only company that's really been profitable in the last quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It's all those combos they let you play. I mean, they let you put together some ridiculous stuff that you really shouldn't even be touching, but you're like, but they're going to let me. Okay.
I mean, so much of it is the first basket and the correct score that they make so easy to bet. And it's
tie.
Did you guys hear about the guy who picked on MGM? I think got 125 to 1. No, it was more than that.
2,500
125 to 1. $25 to win like 125 G's. Or it was 1,250 to 1. That was it. On the Astros beating the Phillies in the World Series. It was an error in their computer when instead of putting it 125 to 1, they put it at 1,250 to 1.
Wow.
Oops. And they flew him out to game 1. As the World Series even started, I just stopped paying attention.
I think it starts tomorrow, but I don't know for certain.
Yeah, tomorrow. It's Wheeler Verlander?
I assume
I saw Verlander was announced as a starter, but Wheeler makes sense.
Yeah. Wheeler or Noel would both make sense.
By the way, end of 3 for the Mavericks. Luka, end of 3, 33, 8-8.
Yeah, I need one more rebound from him. Dinwiddie had 6 points in like the first 7 minutes, and he currently has 6 points.
So I did a 3-team leg, and he's the third one I need. I got Luka, Christian Wood for a block, and Dinwiddie, 22.5 points, rebounds, and assists. We're at 14. I think he can do it. Hopefully he can do it. He's on the court now, so that's helpful. And
are they going to go for it, or are they trying to draw him off sides?
Oh,
they went for it.
They went for it. Ugh. Yeah.
Ugh. That's rough.
How do you not run with Lamar? 2 yards.
I don't know.
How do you not run Lamar? Run pass option. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. I think they were waiting for the middle to open up, but they had the linebacker spying.
He had someone, but
well, I'm glad I have the under now.
Same. That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Yeah. If Tampa, when Tampa's playing, it's sometimes good to take the under because if they get the lead, they just run. Brady throws those little tiny passes that never go out of bounds.
Yep.
By the way, OKC did not start SGA in the second half because he had 4 fouls in the first, which is just kind of funny to me. I don't think he started. I don't think he's played.
Terrible.
It is terrible. But also OKC kind of doesn't want to win.
Yeah.
I wonder if Austin's on the SGA ladder already this season.
Austin, are you on the SGA ladder?
No.
Not yet.
Yeah, me and Austin were running that SGA ladder hard last year.
Yeah.
I think SGA might have been one of my more profitable NBA prop bets last year.
Oh yeah,
Here's where you were right.
There was a nice period we were hammering him every day.
You really don't want to give the ball to Brady if you don't have to. You know, running and kicking a field goal would have been so smart by Baltimore rather than just to give him another chance.
We got a chance at a 3 and out. It's the
Brady's
third
kind of
and 2
pop
here.
garbage right now.
Yes. And I love it. I love it.
So
Yep.
I'm gonna come out.
It'll
Third
be
and
fun.
2. It's still a minute and a half to go, and Baltimore has all 3 timeouts. So no, wait, they just lost one. They just called timeout defensively.
Was that a false start? Oh,
No, it's third and 2, just timeout.
Plus 300 on Baltimore over at PointsBet seems pretty solid. They won't let me bet.
Do you guys ever do some live arbing where you're jumping on like a bit, one of the lines gets out of whack and you just take that side and then fill in the other side with the favorite?
Oh, yeah.
It's a dangerous move while the game's
going to happen. That's not good. Line move into 400.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
Brady's going to do something here.
Like probably, I'm just getting a first down. There's a deep pass down the
there's
side. Mike Evans, yeah. That was an awesome play. I don't know if you guys are watching it or not, but like
there it is.
Right on the money.
I'm on
Between
a
two
little
defenders. You got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Well, ironically, if Bain hits his over and the Grizzlies win, then I have $5,000 on Tampa Bay in profit. So
there's a pass to Fournette for about 5 yards.
SGA has returned to the game.
So silly.
Well, they got up by 1, and they're like, "Yeah, let's try and win." Brady sack.
So, what do we have? Like 2nd and 15 or so? I didn't see the play.
Third.
Anyone take action on the Southern Miss Louisiana game tonight?
Nope.
I took Southern
The
Miss.
what?
Frank Gore Jr. plays for them.
Okay.
And they also gave their entire student body the day off today of classes so that everyone could make the game tonight.
So everybody's hammered?
So,
100%.
when that happens, you got to go with the home team.
I thought Frank Gore Jr. was on the Hurricanes. Am I making that up? Or is that
That is
That
I
was
think
Frank
they are
Gore
the
that was on the
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
No, but I thought it. Yeah, I know. Yes. Thank you. He's also a boxer, allegedly. Who did he fight? Who
No,
did
his
Frank Gore
son.
fight?
I think he fought Le'Veon Bell, right?
That might have been it. How much could they possibly have that fight? Like what? I mean, like what was the? Or they just really wanted to fight? Maybe. What was the point of that? Nobody watched that, right?
Or was it against AP? Oh no, AP. Who did
He
Frank
fought
Gore
somebody
fight?
too. 3rd and 14. We got a blitz here from Baltimore. Brady's sack. Timeout. Get that timeout. We're not calling a timeout, Baltimore? Okay, we finally got it. 54 seconds.
I mean, it's probably a huge amount of money, Daniel. You know that.
What, fighting? Nobody ordered the Le'Veon Bell, whatever, Adrian Peterson fight.
I mean,
more people watched it like they use their cheater box or whatever.
a lot of people watched it because of the fights that were afterwards.
No, I thought they were the feature fights, weren't they?
No, I think it was like Jake Paul or what's the other Paul?
There were some real fights afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know. Man. What's the other Paul?
Jake and John. Chris Paul. What
No.
Wall.
Logan.
That was it.
We did somebody younger to come in.
That's what I was thinking.
Am I not young?
No.
And Frank Gore ended up boxing. It was Darren Williams.
That was it.
That's who it was for the Utah. Like that guy made like $100 million in his career, didn't he? Like, why is he boxing? I mean, unless he really just wants to. He had a huge contract in the NBA.
Yeah, that was also 10 years ago. So let's see.
Oh, yeah. He burned through $100 million, whatever it was.
I mean,
Dean, it's not hard.
I mean, just keep live betting Baltimore.
I was watching Brewster's Millions as a child, learning how to burn those millions.
That's an incredible movie. I love that.
Darren Williams made roughly $190 million.
Ryan, none of the above.
Yeah, but he bet it all on the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
I mean, at one time he had like one of the biggest contracts in the NBA for the Jazz, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. $98 million.
Yeah. Little screen pass here for Baltimore. Get out of bounds. Out of bounds.
All right, just get a field goal.
You got
Please,
Tucker. Just
please,
get to the
put some points
45
on the
or
board.
so. You'll have a shot.
Wait,
Now I
yeah.
got to see what his payout was for.
Are we going to have another primetime kicker interview to end the game?
That interview was awesome, by the way. I'm sure that was the best kicker interview I've ever seen. I don't know the second best one, but it was pretty good. It was enlightening. He's the only kicker that gets respect in the locker room, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Is that likely? It is likely for another catch. We got one timeout. We're going to use it. We're using it.
Okay, that's going to be.
Okay, Le'Veon Bell got paid 200. Wait. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell got paid $250K in his fight.
Yeah, and it cost money to train. He had to train he had to pay a trainer. He had to buy some shorts. Like, what's the point? I guess he certainly didn't make the amount of money that Deron Williams made, but
Adrian Peterson might have been broke from something. I don't know. People get broke.
I guess.
You give anyone in their 20s that much money, they're most likely to lose a decent amount of money.
Okay, they lose half of it, and it's hard. Like,
oh no, a lot of people. I mean, look at Vince Young. Vince Young was taking out $1 million loans because he was full on broke. I mean,
yeah, but he didn't have 180 mil, and I know you got to pay an agent, and you get taxed pretty hard in that bracket and all that kind of stuff. But we got it rough in the passer. We're live now for a field goal.
Thanks.
I could probably lose 180 mil in like a year.
So see the movie Brewster's Millions. The whole point is like you got to burn through all this money, have nothing to show for it. It's almost like a challenge.
There's never been an
30
easier way to do
days.
that now.
Yeah,
$30 million on a 10-leg parlay.
My favorite move of Brewster
What
was
if he hit
to
it?
buy.
He was
like,
only
the
allowed
most
to gamble
expensive
so much.
stamp. You remember
Is
when
that
Brewster
true?
bought like a $900,000 stamp and like from a stamp
Yes.
collection, and then used it
And
to
then
mail a
mailed
letter?
it.
Yes.
Yeah. You can't have anything as an asset.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
we're
Grant,
at the
he was only
43,
allowed
by
to
the
throw
way.
it.
We're going to spike it and get a field goal, I think. We're going to have about 10 seconds to go. Maybe they'll take a shot in the end zone. They'll just kick a field goal.
Go, get up to the line. What are you doing?
They're going to
Oh, my
spike it. It's
gosh.
fine. Yeah, they're going to kick a 40. Let's see, 43.
That's
plus-
60.
Yeah,
Well,
that's long
That's
right
more
now.
than that's
Yeah,
more than
60 yarder.
43.
He's going to make it.
He's got
it's
another
Tucker.
play. They got another play.
There's one more play, but this is why I thought they should have got to the line a few seconds earlier. They could have possibly.
What's the upside of another play? Like, what?
Well, you
5
throw
more
5
yards,
yards to
Did
the
you see
sideline.
that he was good from 71 pregame? Wow.
How
They
many
might
times
try
did we
another-
watch this in pregame and then it's just different in live
Yeah.
action?
Of course, it's different.
Like a 4-yard out? Like, what are they going to do?
Yes.
Well, the defense knows what you're doing too. Like, they're ready
You
for
throw
a
it
4-yard
away,
out.
Daniel. You have 8 seconds.
Well, okay, let's throw it away.
Here we go.
There it is. That's exactly what it was. A waste of time.
Oh yeah, now they don't get the ball back, Daniel. You freaking idiot.
Tucker's going to make this, right?
Is that fight number 3?
What?
I'm making sure I hit the over.
Eh.
Yeah, but I mean, Brewster's Millions, he went to the track and bet every single long shot, like hundreds of, like thousands of dollars on him.
Yeah, and he hit one like 100 to 1 or something.
And
That's
what
the problem.
was the movie it was 30 million?
30 in 30 days to inherit like 300 or 500, I believe, is the deal.
He
Oh,
paid the
300,
Yankees to go
yep.
play him.
He ran the none of the above
Oh, was it
campaign.
tipped? It was blocked.
Yeah,
it
I
was
got blocked.
Ugh. That's the thing in warm-ups. There's nobody jumping to block it.
Yeah.
So we're halftime.
That's got to be weird kicking from that paint right in the skull. No?
Did he slip a little bit?
All right, guys, good half. Thanks for bringing me on. If you guys want to hear my NBA props and picks, I'm going to be on Grant's live locks tomorrow. So tune in.
Yeah, you will.
Awesome. I know I'm watching that one.
You are.
Grant, I got to tell all your picks. I've been slacking on the Action Lounge. So much going on in there. Everybody should really jump in and just
They
tail
should cut
absolutely
Tucker.
everything.
I crushed yesterday.
That was a really good day.
Did what he's
Yeah,
doing his thing. Did when he's rising.
Okay. Now's the time.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get an injury report on Mark Andrews. I haven't seen one yet. I asked Austin to post one in this chat if he finds it. If so, I probably want to look at Isaiah Likely receiving props here. He's the next man up. Lamar likes the tight end.
I'm on Twitter
Look at all
trying
the
to
target
find it.
distribution. We've got 9 targets to 2 tight ends. They have the same amount of yards, the same amount of receptions. So one's going to replace the other.
Yeah. I'm looking at my bets and seeing how much I'm getting crushed, and I'm winning money apparently. Isn't that neato?
Let's see. Nothing really. I can't. Yeah, I don't see anything as far as the beats. I'm sure we'll have something at halftime that'll be definitive. I would
I don't
assume
think it's
either.
coming back.
I don't think so either. Like all we have right now is questionable, but I think it's smart money is not.
You know, it's
can get
interesting.
Can you get a likely bet right now? Is that something you can do live?
I'm looking for one. Does anybody know where there is one?
I think the
I'm
books
checking
know.
out DraftKings. I don't see anything. Looking at FanDuel.
There's not. I didn't see one there.
Didn't see one there. That way, no, probably.
I'm hearing chirps from the peanut gallery that he doesn't see any anywhere either.
Austin said that Bateman's only played a few snaps for what it's worth. If you can get Bateman under.
Oh, if someone told you to take that before the game.
Who?
Looking pretty good. He's got 0 yards. I wonder who that was.
This guy.
Didn't when he came out of the game. Is he not going to close? Yeah. I don't like it.
Burnett only with 1 catch. Although when Baltimore gets up by 15 real quickly, we'll see.
This Ben Simmons thing. He's going to get 10 points and have 0 rebounds and assists.
Anybody know what the odds for Luka was for a triple-double tonight?
I don't know. I mean, it had to. Points are irrelevant. I think his assist prop was 9.5, and his rebound prop was 8.5. So my guess is plus 320.
Yeah. Well, those aren't all even bets, though, right? It's like a three.
Over
team
9.5 was sitting at minus 110 on the over. 8.5 was sitting at. Let's see. I bet it. I think it was minus 130. Oh no, it was plus 100. So the over of 9.5 probably would have been plus 120. So yeah, probably would have been plus 320 is about right.
Oh, interesting.
Man,
Claxton played off the court. Is he not closing? They're so Brooklyn right now is playing with Simmons as their center, I assume. Duke's out there. It's not Claxton, and it's not. Oh, what's his name? Didn't even play. The guy that backs up Claxton. I can't think of his name. O something. Yeah, doesn't matter. That's interesting.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
I don't believe it's O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Do you want to sing the jingle for us, though, while we're at it?
Oh, no, I don't want to, because that would be copyright infringement.
They'll be so angry.
Do I want to hedge out of my my Brooklyn bet?
Oh, Dayron Sharp. That's the guy I was trying to think of. Well, can you make
They're
a
plus
profit? They're up
110.
1 with 4 minutes to go.
Or can I bet? Nah, I don't like hedging.
Will's
Oh, plus
gonna close.
160.
Yeah,
Get it
plus 160 on Brooklyn?
on Dallas right now, so I could automatically lock in a $300 profit.
Yeah,
But
take it.
I'm just gonna let it ride.
No, take the profit.
No, now that you say that, there's absolutely no way I'm going to do it.
Luka is doing anything he wants in this game.
Yeah, they're also down by 4 points right now.
Kyrie just hit a 3.
Maybe
It's
down
fine.
by 6 points with 3 minutes to go.
Well, they maybe, yes. I mean, what you're okay? Yes, that might happen. Lots of
No, I'm
Dallas
looking at the
might be
line
up
movement.
2
They're
a few minutes
plus
ago.
295, and they just took the line off the board, meaning that Brooklyn likely just scored.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, that it's adjusted to the 3 by Kyrie. Is what happens.
Oh, look
Now-
at me,
now-
Daniel Chevelson.
Grant, is Lamar going to run the ball today?
Has he run the ball at all?
2 attempts, only for 1 yard. But they're going to need to make some adjustments at halftime. They're going to have to shake this up a little bit. They got to get some offense going. They got to try and get some points.
I have to assume that he's going to run.
Come on. I mean, it's down to 32.5. He's literally 59, 77, 58, 73, 107, 119, and 17. So the first game of the season.
I like that bet.
Let's rock it. Do you have anything better than over 32.5 minus 114, which I see on FanDuel?
I don't know. I'm not looking at live props.
It's okay.
I mean, the two places that have them, like I'm cut off weird bets on DK.
By the way, the running back snap count: Drake 28 snaps, Hill 7, Edwards 6. So predominantly the running back there, huh? Is that right?
I'm trying to get DraftKings to unban me by placing a bunch of live bets. That's the dream.
You know, you do it even better if you place a bunch of live bets and lost all the money. They don't.
Yeah, make some bad bets. You got to tank it. You got to be like the Thunder.
I've made a decent amount of them. How much do I have on the line right now? 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K. I got 4K on the line tonight.
It's a solid pair of Nikes.
Yeah. I just bought new shoes.
Hopefully for less than 4K.
Dude,
oh no, you got the step-ins?
Yeah.
Grant, I'm the one that told you, but Ryan, you know what? I told Grant about those. I discovered them. I was Christopher Columbus of these things.
No, I don't recall you ever bringing up these Kizicks.
Grant,
there's one thing I hate. It's putting on shoes.
I thought you were going to say admitting Dean is right.
No.
You don't remember me?
I
I talked about this when I was at your place.
I don't listen when you speak.
You just slip right on.
Yeah, I know, and I'm excited for him. Bobby Sue got a pair too.
Well, they worked out great in the airport too, because you got to take your shoes off still.
Yeah,
that one guy. Yeah,
that's a good point. That's why I wear flip flops in the airport.
Shoes? I mean, you wear socks with the flip flops?
Nope, I just barefoot the ground.
Wait a minute. Do you have individually toed socks for the flip flops?
No, I just barefoot.
No, but that was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, wow, if I'm gonna wear socks with flip flops, I better have individually toed socks.
You got to be classy when you wear your flip flops. Apparently, Grant does not prioritize that.
I mean, let's be honest. The bottom of your feet are super dirty. Everyone's like, "Oh, walking around barefoot in the airport." I'm like, my feet are already filthy at all times.
I don't like to use a public bathroom in flip flops. That's no fun.
Oh yeah, that's the worst because you get pee on your feet.
Splatter on the top of the feet is never cool.
Yeah, it's a risk I'm willing to take, but you always got to plan out. Like, all right, I'm going all the way to the end.
Do you know how much urine's on your flip flops right now, Grant? Next time you put them on, just think about that.
Urine's sterile, Dean.
It doesn't mean it's not gross.
Guess who's not sterile?
Sterile or not? That's how you determine if things are gross or not. Is it sterile?
Yes, that is exactly it.
You need a new barometer, my friend.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're the guy that wears flip flops on the plane with no socks.
Yeah. I'll be barefoot in there. I don't care.
I want to put out a poll in regards to this in some way because Ryan, what would you think of the stranger? The guy next to you has got flip flops and no socks. He's sitting next to you.
Where am I at?
You're in the middle seat, and this is the guy that's next to you.
Shit, that might be me. I mean, I literally have flown in flip flops, so yeah, I'm not going to think anything of it. You know what I do think is a little bit weird is when they leave the flip flops behind and they walk up and use the bathroom in bare feet. Okay, that was crossing the line.
Who does that? That's something that somebody does.
I've seen it. It's gross.
Oh,
I do not.
I mean, ever there was a time to keep the flip flops on.
And you know what's actually worse than all of that is when you get a foot come in from behind you that just then wedges in between you and the seat next to you. And
I wouldn't do that.
You've got the straight. You never had a stray foot come at you, have you?
Oh, for sure. I tickled that thing. She moved it.
Yeah.
Are you flying like Spirit and Frontier? What airlines are you flying that this is going on?
It was Delta at that time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, I was either in comfort or first class, and this was just the person behind me. And she was just a young lady, but she just, owning the plane for sure.
Oh my gosh!
Did
I
you
forgot
say
to tell
anything?
you about Dean, you forgot to tell me to mention the story I had for you for last night.
Hold. I just want to. Did you say anything to this woman or no? Did you point it out or did you kind of give her a nudge?
I tickled her foot.
What?
She moved it. Oh yeah, I touched her foot. Like, hey man, this foot is in my face.
You just started tickling it? Did you
You
kick
just
it
put
away?
it. You put it in my zone. What do you want me to do? It's now my foot.
I don't know what the rules are, but yeah, if it's right in your lap, I don't know.
It crossed the perimeter from the seats behind me. It's
The
now
Mason-Dixon line.
my row's foot. It belongs to my row now, so we can do what we want with it.
Daniel, do you not want to hear my weird story from last night?
Yeah, what'd you do last night?
So me and Bobby Sue went out to a nice dinner.
Okay.
And it's like we got stuck in this room where there's like 4 tables and sound kind of reverberates, so you can hear almost everything. And this couple gets sat at our table. Well, we didn't think they were a couple. The guy was clearly gay, which we're like, oh, that's nice. They're just having a nice dinner. And then we find out it's their 17-year anniversary that they're celebrating. And me and Bobby Sue just stopped talking. And we're like, both of us, we do this at dinners all the time, and just listen. So we're trying to figure it out the entire time. Like, are we wrong? Like, he's clearly gay. And we listened for like the majority of the dinner. And then finally towards the end, like he drops a comment like, oh, there's one thing I can't give you. And we kind of pieced together that they've just been married for 17 years. And he probably came out of the closet after like 5 years after they had 4 kids.
Yeah.
And they're just in an open relationship marriage. I'm like, that's a good way to do things.
The kids are probably happy.
Where were you at, by the way? Were you at like a hibachi place or something? You're with sitting with strangers?
No, it was a fondue place.
Similar, yeah. That was a good guess though on the board.
Which one?
Mona
like the
Lisa
fondue?
Mona Lisa fondue. I've honestly never been to a fondue place. So.
Oh gosh, fondue is fantastic.
I was supposed to hit the melting pot one day, but something happened. I forget.
That's the chalk of fondue, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this place is better, and apparently I have a great happy hour. They have a downstairs wine bar, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday from like 4 to 6, it's 20% off all. Like they don't have the full kitchen, but 20% off all fondue and dessert fondue, which is just chocolate, and $5 glasses of wine and $10 cocktails.
How many carries is White going to get for the Bucks? Assuming
Not
we
a
still
lot.
maintain a lead. Yeah, 6?
Less, I think.
Okay. He's only got 2 so far. He hasn't really gotten – I just went back through the game log too. I mean, 6 is kind of the ceiling. 4 is kind of an average.
They gave him a series, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, oh man, Zach calling you Kramer. I think I'm Kramer. I think Zach has it right. You're George Costanza. Actually, no, Dean is 100% George Costanza.
Wow. And Kramer works. He was tall, but I don't know that I have as much giddy up as Kramer did.
I would assume I would be Kramer. You'd probably be Elaine.
I wouldn't fight to be Kramer, for the record.
Hold on. How do I get to be Elaine? What just happened?
I mean, you're not Jerry.
No.
You're Elaine. Dean is 100% George Costanza.
Hold on. I need to be David Putty now just to get back onto my gender.
Nobody wants to be Putty either. I don't think. Grant, what's the score in the Mavericks Nets game?
I don't know.
It is 112-110. 1 minute left. Mavericks are up.
Nets are going to win.
Luka's 1 rebound away from a triple-double.
Yeah, called that one. My bold call. I don't know if it was bold or not. My bold call in the expert survey today, I might nail it. I might actually think it was 40, 10, and 10. Luka 40, 10, and 10. He's at 39, 9, and 10. I think I binked it. We'll see. 1 more rebound.
I think you're going to get, oh, man, pray for that rebound. You did a great
job. I
job.
didn't bet it, though. I'm in the wrong state, unfortunately, but I would have bet it.
That's unfortunate.
What are you going to do? You know, But I have him in DFS, and he wasn't really heavily played because he was really expensive.
What's your
Zach
closest
says
state
that he
you
is
can gamble
Newman
I
butting in the first half.
heard two different things.
Yeah, I was waiting. I said,
Zach
what's
said
the
he was
closest
Newman.
state?
The closest state for betting? Well, I'm in South Florida, so it's not even
Yeah.
there's nothing close. Yeah, Florida's
Closest one for you, I think, is Tennessee. So solid 18-hour drive.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Brady. Oh, he should have thrown the ball to there. It's going to be fourth down either way, but that felt like that could have been grounding.
Yeah, it is.
I guess
I mean, there was someone in the area.
A lineman, pretty sure, was the closest person to that ball, but yeah.
Oh, you dicks. Fournette. Why did it go?
I'm making.
So Fournette's prop was 50 all halftime. I was looking at it, and then he got a carry. He got 4 yards, so now he's got 24. They moved it down to 48
because it's third down, so they're not going on with the rest of the drive.
That's okay. I was thinking about it.
Let's go Baltimore, right?
Fournette always gets a lot of fourth quarter running yards if they have a lead. It's back.
Sorry, I'm trying to change the DFS lineup, and I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but we'll see.
That was a good punt.
All right, so Lamar 50-yard run on this drive, and then we'll be happy there. Maybe get a score too and bring us back to life.
Yeah. I mean, just a touchdown, and I could probably hedge out for a decent win.
No, yeah, you'll be free and clear if we can get to.
If they'll even let me get money down.
Game.
Who's starting for Memphis?
When's this Memphis game start?
Andrew's out.
All right, Andrews is out.
Morant, Bain, Brooks, Aldama, Adams, John the start.
I have a flailing arm man in the living room telling me that Andrews is done.
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah.
Lamar, big ol' run.
Go!
It looks like he broke up about
30 yards.
Yeah, 25 yards.
We'll take it.
Line sitting at plus 175. Ravens over on points bet.
Andrews being out stinks.
Yeah, it does.
Ravens plus 200 on DK right now.
If likely pops up, anyone let me know. I'm
Ravens
still not
plus
seeing
200 on DK.
Yes, that's what it's showing me still. It has not moved yet.
Do I want to put more money on the Ravens, guys?
Did Luka just hit?
I don't know.
I see 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 37 points. 30 seconds left. He managed to pull that rebound out in a 30-second window.
And he probably got fouled too. No. Oh, Ben Simmons stole the ball from him, so we might get a tie game.
Oh my God!
down-
Please overtime.
Tie
Overtime
game.
for the triple.
We have a
double.
tie game with 8 seconds to go.
Classic Dean Mush.
Kevin Durant from Simmons. 112 with 8 seconds to go. Oh, man.
I
that's not
saw I'm watching on Gamecast. I saw it said 114 to 110 KD goaltend. I guess they wiped it away.
Yep.
I don't know what happened there, but that doesn't seem correct.
Yep. So they weren't up 114, Daniel, you darn mush. Let's see. What's Dorian Finney-Smith
Third
at?
and 1, maybe? Oh, they're showing the Andrews replay.
Luka currently at 73.5 DK points,
Damn.
and they're potentially going overtime. Is that
Oh,
a good-
Gus. Baltimore sitting at minus or plus 150 over at PointsBet, plus 175 over at DK.
Dwayne Dedman was just scratched like at the last second.
Apparently.
That's good for I mean, Yurtsev's not playing either. They don't have a lot of depth there right now. I mean, Bam will get a decent amount of run. Nikola Jovic will get some run.
How much time is left?
I need the Clippers to win. I had a boost parlay, and I put Clippers Memphis money line parlayed. I might be live betting that Memphis game.
Money line.
Clippers are down 1 with 7 minutes to go.
Yep.
Zubac's having himself a game again. He owns this team apparently. 12-16. Not a bunch of blocks this time though. Powell crushed, was terrible DFS wise a couple days ago. He bounced back as Super Chalk on FanDuel.
Let's get a Luka 3 and have Dean nail it exactly 40, 10, and 10.
Let's not have that happen so I don't lose money.
Yeah, overtime.
I want that to happen so I don't lose money.
Grant, I need money too, and I don't want this game to go to overtime because I just played Luka a la carte, basically.
Austin just said Luka.
Yeah, let's just see overtime.
I'll take it for the only way to get that triple-double for Ben Simmons. Overtime, whatever. Lucky's good too.
He needs about 7 more overtimes to get to there with the steals.
Maybe we'll get 3.
It's just going to tease you.
To get there with steals too.
Reggie Bullock misses shot. Classic overtime.
No, that's not good.
Well, I got a chance with the Durant over 5.5 rebounds. I got Dinwiddie over 15.5 points still in play. Unlikely, but still in play.
I didn't run back with Durant and Kyrie, unfortunately. I ran it back with Claxton.
You idiot.
He got the last rebound of regular.
Well, it turns out, Grant, we live in a world with salary cap. Not sure if you're aware of this. Those guys are both really, really expensive. So,
Daniel, you suck, but you should at least brought back with Kyrie. I would have brought back with Kyrie, and look, I'd be doing good.
What would the rest of your? I mean, it's easy to say. And what would the rest of your lineup look like? A disaster.
I don't know. I rarely played NBA DFS.
Well, there you go. Ugh.
It's too exhausting, and I have so much money. Like, what's the point in putting $2,000 out a day in NBA DFS when I'm putting out $15,000 a day in bets?
No, you're right. Time is a commodity, and you delegate your time appropriately.
Yeah, I also got a kid on the way, so I have to take care of my pregnant wife.
Is that public news, Grant?
Yeah.
Did I miss the public announcement?
I did.
You're not on Instagram, Daniel.
Congratulations. Oh, I don't have an Insta either. That's why.
Yeah. Well,
is
we're
this
golfing.
Brian just found out right now?
Yeah.
You're gonna. Is there something we gotta set a list? We gotta buy something for you on. You gonna set us a list?
Congrats, Grant.
I should just do that. Put on Twitter. The baby.
I don't think people know. Like, unless on Instagram. Who follows you on Instagram? Or is it your wife on Instagram?
I mean, random people.
Yeah.
I don't know. DB follows me. Stevie follows me.
So he knows about it? Okay.
Yeah, it's Stevie I told a while ago. Yeah.
Well, you told me first. And I don't want to make it seem like you rank it based upon who you like the most. But I feel like if we're going to go to the scoreboard.
You're on the first DFS player I told.
Don't say it like that. I'm like the first DFS player. Like, that's a separate category.
Do you know what you guys are having?
Yep, it's a girl.
Oh, awesome. My daughter was just born 7 months ago.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, a little
you're in for a ride.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I've already helped raise a girl until 1-year-old, so I got the first year down. That's
awesome. Congrats.
What a sentence. I helped raise a girl until she was 1. Nobody's ever said that sentence in the history of the world.
I was literally the nanny for my niece until she was 1 year old.
I know. The context is interesting, but it wasn't that it wasn't true. That's not a sentence that's factually correct often.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Baltimore score.
It passed.
Oh, gosh. Do I want to put some money on Tampa Bay minus 140? Minus 135.
We got second and 4. Baltimore's driving.
Barrett's out for the game now.
Say it again?
Barrett's out for the game now.
Okay.
Unless he's going to come back. He was just on a cart, though.
He was on a cart. That's not a good sign. First and goal for Baltimore. Duvernay with another catch inside the 10. And somebody else down for Tampa? No, he's going to get up.
I just
So
put $1,000 on Tampa Bay to win.
So you're hedging.
No, it's just a good line at minus 135.
Minus 110 now.
Yep, and they scored.
Bang!
Oh, did they? I was gonna say Lamar rush touchdown is what it's gonna be. Let's see.
There's only two receivers.
Okay, is minus 110 still the best line?
You got a fullback in motion, a little play action, dump off to a running back. I think it's
minus
Drake.
110 the best line. You're saying
love
dude
Drake.
Plus 100 on PointsBet just opened.
That's for the Ravens.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Damn, that Ravens
115,
like
110,
150
110, 110. The 110's the best.
You guys aren't going to believe this, but SGA,
140
even though he had 4 fouls in the first half, he didn't foul
I
out.
exceeded my limit. Darn it.
Oh man, and that minus 120 just dropped. Okay, they fixed it.
DraftKings won't let me put any money down. And it was at plus 125. Let's see if they'll let me put 500 down. Oh, they're going to let me put 500 down. Maybe they aren't. I don't know. See, this is where I get the spinning wheel of death for like 15 seconds, and they're not going to have it go through because the line just moved.
Baltimore down to minus 105.
I got
now
Bucks
you're
at
set
minus
up.
105.
You guys are set, right? If you wanted to stop, you're guaranteed to win now. Yes.
Me? Yep.
That
was all we needed.
Yeah.
It's still giving me the spinning wheel of death right now. It's
That's
been
so
like this for like 3 minutes. 132 at what's Caesar's at?
Poku's making threes. He's doing things out there.
That's 125. I might. I mean, honestly, the Bucks are a really good bet at minus 115. Let's see if PointsBet will let me get down $1,000.
I'm smelling a Brady interception coming.
Ooh. I like that smell.
What does it smell like?
Oh.
It smells like money.
All right, PointsBet is letting me get $192 down. Just taking what I can at this point. Trying to get back to even.
I stuck in our Gus Bus bet over 52.5. He's got 39 right now. I mean, the guy gets 3 more carries. We're going to be in the 50s.
I like that.
Darn it. Let's see.
Yeah,
what's
touchdown helped
Superbook
that
at?
even more.
I forgot that I can bet on Superbook.
I haven't had that one open.
Yeah, there have I. Plus
I like
minus
that one,
130.
though. It stays open.
Hammer that minus 110 line at PointsBet. Minus 120. Oh, man. Dang you, DraftKings.
Yeah, I got that minus 105 when DK had it.
Yeah. Should have called my wife and told her to bet.
It's a bold strategy. Works.
She's been a huge fan of sports gambling ever since you guys got together, right, Grant?
She has.
He's a sharp.
What's Betway at? I always forget about. There's so many sites. I'm on 19 different sites right now.
I was just
By the way,
just keep naming
Rashad
sites.
Bateman also ruled out. So Bateman's out and Mark Andrews is out. If you guys can bet. I mean, Baltimore's running out of
that Bateman under. Do I want to hit it minus 125?
He's got
I can lock in a gain of about $1,000.
Ravens just went to plus 120 on DK.
Yeah, plus
Bucks
140. That
minus
means I hit a
150.
play.
play action for Brady on 1st and 10.
It's going to be good.
It's a completion, but it's a pretty big run for White after the catch. About a 20-yard play in total.
45-yard line. Luka 80.
Oh, Luka's going off.
Yeah.
Well, Nets gonna lose that bet. Not even Dean can mush this big of a lead.
I mean, I'm
Dean,
not going
are
to
they gonna win?
Say it again. I thought the Mavericks were going to win in a regulation, but I guess they're going to take it to overtime. Or in overtime, I suppose.
Come on. I think I'm just going to let this ride with Baltimore. If Baltimore wins, I get a little over $2,000. If Tampa Bay wins, then depending on the Memphis bet, I either break even or I win $4,000.
Yeah, but specific to just the football stuff. We're focusing on, the football show. You position yourself for football, what? Worst case scenario, what? You throw Memphis away.
If I throw that bet out, then I think looks like I win $623. If Baltimore wins, I win $2,000. Plus all the crowns I've gotten on this show.
Wait,
I
hold on.
had one carry. Now
Julio Jones, why would you run a wide receiver like what?
With
why would
Julio
Julio Jones be the receiver you run this playthrough?
Yeah.
0 targets. Why did he get an end around or whatever just happened?
He's like the world's oldest 33-year-old. What? And he was limping in his game.
I think they're going to get a stop here.
Could that have been designed for somebody else and it was an accident? Why is that Julio Jones taking that play? That's so weird. An absolutely horrendous pass by Brady. Thoroughly through Mike Evans. 4th and 2.
Okay,
Brady
so
Jones,
Baltimore is now
Brady.
-110 at points bet. Let's see if
and it's -110 on DK as well.
-108 on FanDuel.
Okay.
FanDuel's not going to let me bet anything. And
what are you eating, Ryan? There's something in your mouth, right?
Cheeseburger.
Ooh.
I'm like eating dinner right now.
Wait, did you order it like through DoorDash or something, or how did you didn't make it while the show?
I got a concierge, man. I'm like, hold on. Delivery boy, come here, make an appearance.
Tampa punting, and they netted about 25 yards on the punt. Good job, Tampa.
See? He just orders the food, brings it over, takes care of you while you're on air, hanging out.
Put another 500 down on Baltimore -110.
No tip or tip?
We think Baltimore might win by
There's
2
always a
scores
tip.
now, right?
Nothing's free, Dean. Nothing's free.
This line, before Baltimore even starts their next play, this line's going to move to Baltimore being like a -130 favorite.
That's where Superbook is now. FanDuel's 120. DK's still 110.
What does Superbook have the Bucks at? +100?
Oh, -105.
Yeah, it's just too much juice. I'm going to roll with it. As soon as Lamar makes one completion, then it's going to flip. Pretty heavy.
Or another 15-yard run. That would work.
No, we'll take a 25-yard run.
Well, that's even better.
Hey, for the few people watching, you want to hit that thumbs up button for us?
Yeah, hit the thumbs up.
We'll be back doing it every Thursday.
Are we?
No, we won't.
No?
I don't think that's the case.
No, especially if the Broncos are on.
Oh, my God. You don't have to pick and choose.
I thought as of now it was going to be Thursday thing.
Well, not to my
Maybe
knowledge.
you guys
I don't
aren't
think
on
so.
every time.
Oh, it would be like a Grant-centric show, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That's good.
I don't make these calls, but,
I don't get to make these calls either.
yeah. But my understanding is this was just – we thought we could sort of pick a spot with, like, a good game.
That's good. Yeah, well, the Broncos are on next Thursday.
They're on too much
Again?
national TV.
Well, someone
I
just
don't know.
said something about the Broncos. I was going to say, no way they have another prime time.
That's got to be a joke.
They do
They got to leave
in
them in that
London this week.
Well, they do in London, yeah, if you decide to wake up.
But I'm not forced to watch that because I can just sleep through it.
Right.
Or at least just not pay attention and like study for DFS or some bets for the day.
Me and Dean will be on running Grinders Live.
I'll be watching.
I'm not going to be talking about the Broncos, though.
Oh
Sure,
no,
yeah.
they'll probably be like at past halftime by then.
Yeah. It'll be like at least 6-3.
Oh
Who
my
is it?
God.
Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it says Jackson was like 9th time in London or something like that. They're like that's the unofficial like home team now at this point.
Yeah.
It's a short drive to the Miami airport.
Well,
Wait.
Jackson, just because they're in the same state.
You go to
Miami,
Atlanta.
Tampa
Go to
Bay
Atlanta
plus
from there.
120 over at PointsBet, plus 105 over at DK, plus 110 over at Sports Illustrated. Come on, give me plus
They just went to
125. There
plus
it is.
125 at DK.
Yeah, DK's not going to let me gain more money down.
True.
120.
broke off a run here for about 15 yards. Baltimore, is that Duvernay? What was
Come
Duvernay?
on, Betway,
Yes.
geolocate for me.
Thank you, Adam.
Is Baltimore going to win? I don't know. But is Adam the one who was had the FanDuel buy? Yeah.
Yes.
Hedge out. Like you can hedge out now if you want, Adam. Like, you know.
I told him. I
Guaranteed.
said he should have put some money.
Bet
Yeah.
accepted. All right, I cannot lose.
There you go.
All right. So now if Tampa Bay wins, I win $126. If Baltimore wins, I win $1,500.
Let's go Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore, yeah. I only
Well,
have
unless
Baltimore.
Bain gets over
Tampa.
20 points, then I want Tampa Bay to win.
You have a parlay, Desmond Bain and Tampa.
Yeah, well, also Memphis winning.
Oh, okay, Memphis. Okay, I have Memphis.
Gosh, I
too.
love live betting. I forget that I make like a G on average every one of these shows.
It's a tough life, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get to hang out
I
with me
have
too,
to
Greg.
deal Dean for 3 hours.
Well, yeah. Is it worth $333 an hour?
Oh,
Absolutely.
sounds like a decent wage. I'll hang out with you all day, Dean. We could even go to the movies.
Oh yeah. Can I talk during the movie?
No.
Absolutely. What? I don't watch them anyway, so I might as well just listen to you.
Can I kick my feet off and then knock off my flip flops?
Oh, it depends if
Line
you've
moved
been
to
on an
plus
airplane or the bathroom.
165, Tampa Bay.
Well, it's 3rd and 5 here. They're on about the close to.
They're gonna have a big play, Dean. It just jumped to minus 205.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I wish I would have waited a second.
I
Pass
hate
over
that the
there.
lines spoil it, kind of.
Oh, there's likely with a catch for about nice rack too.
Oh, I mean, that would have
Keep
cashed if
going.
they would have put a prop up.
About
Nice.
20-yard catch there.
Right, they never put the likely prop up, did they?
Nobody
I just
wants to
put
mess with
500
it.
more on Tampa Bay plus 165, and now I'm guaranteed. If I didn't do anything the rest of the game, I would win $1,000.
So
But
are you
I'm
going to
gonna
keep doing
keep
stuff, or you want to freeze? You're probably good there, or no?
Greed is
you
a
talked to
thing.
him
You
before?
want to keep winning.
No,
more.
because Baltimore's not going to score here, and then
They might score. They're at the 40.
Baltimore's not going
Maybe
to
not a
score here, and then I'm
touchdown.
going to
I
hit
think
Baltimore
Tucker can
plus money.
score.
Dean,
What
they
do you
have to
mean
shut
Baltimore's
down the
not gonna
window
score here?
before he stops betting this game.
Baltimore's not going to score here. I'm going to hit him at plus 125 in a minute.
Why do you keep saying Baltimore's not going to score?
They're not going to score.
They're going to score.
Do you have the almanac?
No.
I got a magic 8-ball. I have the almanac around here someplace.
Tampa Bay plus 175 over at PointsBet. Hit it if you guys are watching.
9 for 24.
We got a first down for Baltimore at the 29. Run up the middle for Hill.
35 and a half.
3 minutes to go in the third.
I'm hitting Baltimore or Tampa Bay for 300 plus 170. So let me. May let me. So now I want Tampa Bay to win.
Boo.
Who is that? Okay.
Justice Hill.
Man.
Another run. Little misdirection. Edwards for nothing, basically.
Let's check
They're going to
that.
stop him.
Every little bit counts, Dean. I need him over 52 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
5-point game in the Dallas game.
Yeah, they kicked Dinwiddie off the court. They never changed their lineup. Dinwiddie, McGee, of course, but like Kleber was closing instead of Dinwiddie. And the Nets played Duke a ton. Oh, he fouled out. I don't know for him, but Durant 37, Kyrie 37.
Oh,
Luka 41, 11, 14. 40 minutes, 3 steals. 28 shots, 14 and 28.
50%.
Can we get a second overtime?
All right.
No.
How much do you guys think I bet so far on? How much do you think I bet so far on this game?
8K.
5K.
Dude, man, Pa had it.
What was the
Bet
name?
8K.
That's crazy. Baltimore's about to break off a big play. Just jumped to minus 250.
Really?
It's 3rd and 9 at the 29 of Tampa, so I presume they at least get the first down.
Unless
This-
they're gonna
this
change
is gonna be a
this
red
to
zone.
field goal.
Red
That was
zone.
an awesome play. Wide receiver screen by I think Robinson. gets
Wow.
some boots. That's a heck of a move there to get the first down.
Kind of want to hit Tampa Bay at plus 200.
Dean or Ryan or anyone, do you know what happened with Dinwiddie? Derek is asking in chat.
Nothing happened. It's just matchups. Yeah, I don't think he got hurt. I know I wasn't watching the game, but I assume it's just they just like Kleber. They wanted to go big with Kleber, I suppose. That's just what was happening.
If you want me to elaborate without really elaborating, he's minus 20 tonight in his 28 minutes. That's what happened.
Okay.
Hey, Grant, somebody said a 3-pointer. You know who just hit one?
Luka?
No.
Simmons?
Who do you want in a 3?
Bane?
Bane.
Yeah.
I thought we were
I
still talking
forgot
about the
that
Nets
game
game.
started.
Yeah, we're about 6 minutes into that game.
Oh no, they're down. Not that it's
That's fine.
late, but 8.
Gosh.
I'm a big first half better though, so
Are you?
yeah. I love halves for everything. NBA, NFL, college football.
2nd and 7, possibly the last play of the quarter.
What's the most you guys ever think I bet on a single game?
We got a touchdown. Is that likely?
One wager or like all the insides of a game?
All the wagers in a game.
All the wagers in the game,
Robinson.
not a single
Is
wager.
that Robinson or likely? Who was that?
30
I thought it was
grand.
Iggy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
close 28.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 20.
I think that's about where you'd start running out of options to jam in any further.
Well,
Are we not
it's
talking
just I
about-
get sick of depositing on PayPal because it's between so many different sites. Like tonight, I went and deposited $1,000 on every single site.
This is a touchdown, right?
Likely
You guys
score?
not- That's a likely touchdown, right? Unless he stepped out of bounds, but I don't think so.
I think
No,
it
it's a
looks good.
touchdown.
Wow.
That's touchdown.
Oh gosh, do I want to put more money on Tampa Bay? Plus 290.
Now's when I want to tell you guys that I stuck a little bit on Andrew's 1 TD and 100 yards, and boy, if he would have stayed healthy, we might have got there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Grant, that game with the 28. Do you remember? Do you know what it was? Do you know what game it was?
It was during the bubble. I want to say that it was something ridiculous. It was Milwaukee going up against one of the Milwaukee. What was it? Who was in the bubble? I want to say that were the Pacers in the bubble? No.
Phoenix.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, you're in the Eastern
It was,
Conference.
it was probably Eastern Conference matchup. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Pacers were in the bubble, right? Because Warren went off in the bubble.
They might have been like a play-in
I
team.
think
like-
so. I mean, the Bucks, the Heat, maybe, but I don't know.
So it was
I'm-
one team that was not supposed to be in there. Wasn't the Pelicans?
Well, he were in the finals in the bubble,
Yeah.
right? Bubble season, they faced the Lakers in the bubble. I think so. Or am I making that up? Or is that a different year?
It might have been the
Getting my
Wizards.
years-
I don't know. It was so long ago.
I'm gonna-
Well, not really, but
Because the Milwaukee
Finally
lost.
starting to feel like it. I'm with that.
sports wise and games wise, how many there are? That was a long time ago.
You know, it was really cool having basketball staggered all day long every day, though. That was nice.
Yeah, during that time, I mean, I was big into KBO too to get the fix, you know.
You're waking up
course.
like at 3 in the morning.
Russian table tennis, KBO. I mean, Jesus. I don't think
Russian
I was playing
table
with
tennis is
ESPN.
rigged, right? Isn't I've seen multiple scandals on table tennis. It's rigged. Is that not to put that out there, but is it not true? There's allegations.
It seemed like it. I mean, it was a weak spot when everybody flooded to it, and then within a matter of 8 weeks, things started to get a little fishy there. I mean, you can still profit, but now they don't even. I don't even see them anymore. I don't even think they have ever since like the Ukraine thing happened or whatever.
I know a guy that bets like 10 grand a night on it.
That's
Do you know what league it's on?
No idea, but I just know a guy.
It's the Russia Liga Pro that I
Is that
can't
the
find
Wi-Fi
anymore.
guy or is that a different guy?
Oh, they're
So-
throwing up the big
Different guy.
Tom Brady stat.
Specialized in Wi-Fi and Russian table tennis.
We do have a guy
game-
for everything, Dean, though. So if you ever
Very
need
particular
one,
set of skills.
yeah.
The game
Got
that
a
I
guy.
put 27 grand on, I think I won like 8 grand on it, was Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. And it was August 4th, and Brooklyn beat the Bucks in the bubble. And I got the Nets at the beginning at like plus 400 for a G, and then just kept putting more and more money on it. And then you ask, like, oh, I don't take minus 500 bets. At the end, I think I was putting a decent amount of money. Like I put like 10 grand on Milwaukee minus 300 to lock in an 8K win.
Well, that's
Damn.
one thing. I don't go hunting the minus 500 for my action.
I don't either, but if I'm betting like this,
Mhm.
then sometimes it makes a little bit of sense.
Do you guys see this Tom Brady stat they just put up for narrative
No.
people?
No, what is it?
It was Tom Brady has not thrown a touchdown in back to like over a 2-game span since 2006, and he threw 0 last week, and now he's at 0.
Here we go.
I like it.
Does that mean you think he's going to throw it or no? Or
Yeah, is that the Jinxie Cat statement or?
It's the jinxie statement, but I feel like sometimes the career comes to an end and you decline. I feel like it's more of a decline time.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. They've been down into the red zone. They just didn't capitalize.
Yeah, who scored their touchdown? I don't even remember.
Likely. Oh, Tampa's touchdown?
Lenny.
Okay.
Lenny from the 2.
Dean, what's your
Jim
thought
Butler-
on Carly Rae Jepsen?
Call me, baby.
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I know very little. I know Call Me Baby. I'm sure she's a delightful woman, but I couldn't pick her out of a lineup, I don't think. Unless it was like her and like the
Good
Dallas
time.
Cowboys or lineup.
I think she has a good time with Owl City.
Oh yeah.
I'm aware of Owl City. I don't know much about them, but I know there's a song or two that was like a one. Were they a one-hit wonder? Or
Of course
they
you don't
kind
know.
of,
You were
Yeah,
born in the 1940s.
Fireflies.
yeah, I didn't like that. I wasn't a big fan of that song. I know that song though. Why are you bringing up Carly Rae Jepsen?
They just had it on a commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wasn't watching.
Oh, Keegan Murray unders are looking good. I might win some money tonight.
Oh, I need Keegan Murray. I'm rooting against you.
Yes, Greg.
Well.
I think she is Canadian also.
I believe she is Canadian. Yeah.
She is Canadian.
Do you want to hear?
Who's your favorite Canadian, Daniel?
A lot of Morissette.
All right.
Incredibly
You know
underrated.
mine?
Brian Boitano.
You're close.
He's going Avril Lavigne or Shania Twain. Which one?
Nope.
Celine
1,
Dion.
Ryan Reynolds. 2, Chad Kruger.
Oh, you know what? I actually did a power ranking of the best Canadians. I'll pull them up.
Chad.
My second
That's
favorite.
Nickelback, right?
Yeah.
Come on. Seriously. Chad Kroger number 2. Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Your power rankings suck.
I got Drake and Justin Bieber.
That's. I think that's a chalk.
Tim
Yeah.
Perry's pretty solid.
TJ, if by chance you're watching, you're in my top 5.
Hold on a second. I'm pulling. I did this
I'll
earlier
put
this year.
TJ top 50. Got you, TJ.
Do you have a? Are you a fan of other Canadians, Ryan? Are you indifferent or what?
Yeah. Let's see here. It's got to be well.
Why are the Bucks at plus 250?
Let's go with. It's gonna be a hockey player for me.
275.
That's who all the Canadians are in my life. So
Hit the Bucks 275.
Yeah, 275 on DK.
So Seth Rogen, solid Canadian.
Yeah. So
Michael J. Fox.
Are you Googling? Did you Google it?
No. I made a power ranking.
Oh, Grant, something just happened. Bucks. It's all going crazy. It went to plus 470, and now it's down to 135.
Yep. The Bucks just scored, I think.
Must have been a
Or
big
they
play
got
because they're up
a
their own
long
35.
game.
So much that narrative. Yeah, there's a bomb down the side to looks like Evans.
Jim
TD.
Carrey. Did you put Jim Carrey in there, Dino?
Yeah, number one.
Yeah. Avril Lavigne. I'm looking at a list. Shania
Oh, you
Twain.
know what's funny? Here, I'll drop it in our little chat if you're curious to see it. But number 998 is Justin Bieber. Number 999 is Chad Kroger. So our lists are completely different.
What's wrong with Bieber?
Oh, Mike Myers is a good one.
Yeah.
I
think I have Mike Myers on the list. Yeah, I had him 13. I got Mike Myers 13.
I want to hit Bucks at plus 160. I also realized that DK has the exact same lines for live betting as Betway.
Keanu Reeves, by the way, number 8.
Dan
And
Aykroyd.
Vladimir Guerrero. Yeah.
There was just
Martin
some
Short,
beef.
that's a good one.
Martin Short's a good Canadian.
This is a terrible list.
Eugene Levy, I think he's Canadian, or he just did like that Canadian show SCTV.
Who?
Dad from American Pie, Eugene Levy, I think is who you're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
Alexander Graham Bell got number 3 on this list. Ridiculous. Celine Dion. Oh, that's Wayne Gretzky. That's not surprising. Celine Dion's number 2.
According to who? Whose list is that? It's a terrible
I don't
list.
know. It's that.
Oh,
Terrible.
that was
Brady should have
almost
intercepted. 3rd and 10.
That was. All right, Bucks are up to plus 190.
Yeah, it hit that.
Oh my goodness, that's the second one tonight that they dropped.
Yeah. But I was told Angry Brady can't be stopped.
Well, he can be stopped by his own teammates.
It wasn't a great pass.
Come on, Bane, get to work.
Not looking good.
Brady getting pressured on the move, sliding down. Did they throw a flag here? They did. He's looking.
Oh my! Wow, I'm really surprised they didn't throw a flag.
I thought they might. They could have, based on their nonsense rules. I assume we're going to get a field goal here.
It's Tom Brady.
Oh,
Yeah, you touch Tom Brady, that's it. Ejection.
Or he throws a tantrum.
That was close.
He was
He
working
looked
on
the
those
ref.
optics for the UFC fight.
It's so hard to stop, right? When he slides. What are you going to do? Just
yeah.
impossible. I assume his field goal is good. By suck up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is there a worse name for a kicker? Like Bobby Wide Right?
Oh my gosh.
What's a worse name than the
Miss. Shank.
Anything miss is probably good. Shank is a good
Tommy
one.
Shank?
Jordan Shank.
It's not even a good name. I was just trying to remember the dude that kicked for the Bears.
Eddie Not Clutch.
Which one? Robbie Gold?
I think Dick Shank would be
The
a good
one
name.
who I think it was against the Steelers in the playoffs a few years ago. The double doink.
Who was that?
Oh, yeah. Hit both Doink or Stoink. Stoink
You know
would
what
be a great.
the worst pickup of a kicker ever was? Blair Walsh by the Seahawks.
I feel like Blair Walsh might have been the worst kicker ever.
Isn't
He was
still in the
good
league?
up until he missed
think he's still-
in that game versus the Seahawks in the playoffs from extra point range to win.
And his confidence was rattled after that.
Yeah.
Extra
Staying
point.
up to 5 points in the first. Hoo-hoo-hoo!
Oh, he's been out of the league for 6 years. I thought he was still kicking.
Donnie
And
Boink
it's
that
only
was
been
done.
3. But
2017. And my UCF math.
Is it?
I had I fired up the Google.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wait, is Donnie Doink like a real kicker? That's a real name for a kicker?
I don't think so.
No, it's just an add-on to worst names for kickers. We're still going down that list.
That's funny. What Cloud?
Does anyone remember?
Ryan, I'm surprised I haven't seen you with a beer in your hand all night.
What's that?
Surprised I haven't seen you with a beer all night.
I've been sneaking them.
Why would you sneak them?
Who was the kicker in Ace Ventura? That's Ray Finkel. Ace is out.
Finkel and Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
Finkel is Einhorn.
You know what I miss, Dino?
Einhorn.
I miss when we'd have a show on a Friday back when I was in California.
Yeah.
And had things to do. And I just, at the beginning of the show, pour a pint of Fireball to make it cheaper at the bar.
You would drink it you would drink a pint of Fireball on air?
A full pint of Fireball. So it was always funny seeing me get a little louder as the show went on.
You got to make it through somehow. And you got to pregame. Save money at the bar.
Yeah.
Especially in California. I can't imagine how much.
You were in LA, right?
Yeah, no. My average bar tab would be like $130.
How thirsty were you?
I mean, it'd be like $10 a drink, and I'd have 13.
What's your go-to? Like a beer or something frilly?
Back then it was beer and Fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally I go with a G&T, Moscow Mule. Like I can do mixed drinks, but now it's all
Ryan,
wine.
What's a G&T, Ryan?
What's a what?
A G&T?
Gin and tonic.
Oh, are you that busy? You can't say. You can't give me another syllable.
Are you that stupid?
I'm like G&T. What's a G&T? It's a ace. Yeah. I mean, are you really? Nobody calls a gin and tonic a G&T.
Almost everyone does.
No. Almost
Ryan?
everyone.
Ryan, I mean, I followed along, but I'm not saying I've heard it frequently.
Context clues. You're a smart guy.
I have to agree with Ryan. I got it. But...
No, hold on. We got to put a poll on the Twitter. This is poll worthy. Do you call? Is it popular? How do we phrase this? Because no, I refuse to believe that most people know. Like use the word G&T.
Well, that's two letters.
G ampersand T.
No, you could figure it out.
Gus going long.
Was that a rush?
Yep.
Love it. Yes, 11 for 65. Cash that.
Look at us just giving winners.
You commonly refer to a gin and tonic as a G&T. Is that a fair question?
Sure.
I don't want to phrase it.
You don't want to lead the witness.
Yeah. It's a commonplace to call that.
I think Gus Edwards is hurt now, though.
The Gus bus has a flat. Nice.
Is it G-A-N-D or just like G-N-T? How are we phrasing this?
Just go G and then the and sign.
The ampersand. I don't know how to say it the right way.
You're showing off with that word, though. That letter. That whatever. A G-N-T. Okay.
Ampersand. Okay. Ampersand.
All right.
The Google machine helped me.
It could be useful at times.
Let's see who I'm taking money. What side I'm taking money from. If the Bucks win, DraftKings is going to fully cut me off.
I'll just play it straight. I'm just going to say yes or no. I was going to say no. I'm not like a snobby prick, but I don't want to lead the witness. So I'll just put yes or no.
That's fair.
You commonly refer to a gin and tonic as a G&T.
Dynamite.
Is this posted yet? I don't see it yet.
I'm doing it now. I just want to get the phrasing correct.
Yeah, it's a shame to put all that effort into a good tweet and then have a grammatic error or want to delete it for any reason.
I always
It happens
have
to me all the time.
grammatical errors.
I'm just like, whatever, I'm leaving it up there.
Yeah. Well, that Elon's going to give us an edit button.
I feel like the edit button is a disaster, actually, because, somebody's going to correct, somebody's going to well actually you. My very first response, by the way, WTF. Exactly. That's my response.
Is it a retroactive edit button? Like, can I go back and edit something from 2 years ago?
No, I think it's you get like the first 2 minutes.
Okay.
And I think it has to show everyone else that it says like it was edited. Yeah.
I don't like it though. I understand, I understand the need for it at times and how like you're annoyed, but I just think it's opening up Pandora's box. That's what I'm saying.
I used to have fun with the old quote tweets when it actually like didn't like put the tweet underneath and it re-typed it out, and I would always change things before they changed it.
Yeah, like old takes exposed is going to be ruined.
Not really. If you can only change it in 2 minutes.
Well, where are you making that number up? Where'd you get 2 minutes from?
No, I think they said 2 minutes. Like
Okay.
it's something less than 10 minutes.
Did you see Twitch bodied Dan Orlovsky?
No,
on Twitter.
Twitch the actual like.
Send you the tweet.
Wait, Twitch the actual like the company bodied him?
Yeah. I'll show you right now. Hold on.
Likely another catch, by the way. 17-13. We got 11 minutes to go. Do we have any DFS lineups that are doing anything? I know I got well over the field. Unlikely.
Desmond Bain update. 7 points. 1 for 1 from 3 for 5 from field goal. 9 minutes on the floor.
Well,
And
now we're
Murray's
going to
got
really
10 points
need
in the bucket.
the Bucks to win.
I got like a game stack with Grizzlies Kings with Luka, so that could be interesting. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, did you have those Murray unders or overs, Grant?
Under.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep.
He may not miss a shot today.
Yeah.
Early results, Grant, 25% know what a GNT is or refer to it as GNT.
That's fine.
I wonder if that's like a West Coast thing.
Or an age group.
Could be.
Yeah. I forgot that what were they calling it back in the 1930s when you were drinking?
Well, eggs on your face. It was prohibition back then. So
yeah, I know you were an illegal son of a biscuit going into the bars. Bain for 3.
Bucks 420 right now. Are we just assuming that Baltimore's going to score a touchdown and put this to an 11-pointer?
No.
I don't think so either. So the Bucks are 480 right now.
Yeah, I kind of like that line. If I didn't have a massive amount of money on the Bucks right now, I probably would.
Tampa's plus 480.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the Tampa 24. Like, yeah, they hold them to a field goal here. I mean, you're live.
It's always funny after these. Occasionally, I just post my bets, my winning bets.
By Lamar on the run, but for about 12 yards or so.
Go Lamar! That's the other one we needed.
Oh, there's a flag down. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Heartbreak.
I think that he's upset because
he's got to be holding, right?
He's fired up. I think he saw the flag and he just went out of bounds, basically.
Oh my God.
Bucks still at 420 is solid.
440 FanDuel. It's suspended on PointsBet, but they had the highest number.
Yeah, PointsBet. It's back up at 475.
Oh, why don't I see it?
That's high up. Yeah.
Let's see if they let me get any money down.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it.
I'm gonna put 200 on it.
Yeah, DK just jumped to 470 as well. 450 now.
The maximum amount allowed is 47 cents for me.
Are you gonna do it?
No.
Hold on. That's to win $5? No, $2?
$2.
Really made some people mad.
Betway. Betway's the worst, though. They have to geolocate me. Continue. Let's see. Until 470. Get back to NFL. Come on. 520. Something must have happened. I'll throw 100 on that, though. 500. I'll throw 100 on that.
Maybe a flag on the box.
625.
No matter
So
score,
the thing I'm not. No, they
Lamar
didn't
on the
yet.
run. Lamar on the run. Lamar on the run.
Here's what's weird to me. We're getting
I think he got them first.
we're getting money line bounce from the mid to upper threes all the way through the sixes, and the spread's not going anywhere.
Yeah. Gosh, I might hit it again. I went to plus 550.
I mean, I got a few. I told you I was tickling the 7.
Oh,
there,
they
so I've got a
scored.
few Baltimore plus 7s to work with too.
Baltimore just scored.
Yeah. Now they're plus 1,200 to come back and win.
3rd and 1. It looks like Duvernay on a sweep. Yep. Devin Duvernay on a sweep. That's awful for me. It's not good for my lineups.
Well, I'll take my $500 win.
Yeah. Please,
If I would have
dude.
just stopped at halftime, I'd be up. I would win over 3K. Or I think I had 4K at one point.
Some of these TVs go on by the way.
Then you were rolling with house money. You just keep going.
I mean, I'm playing the odds.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Over on WinBet, the Ravens are minus 9,065. The Bucks are plus 830.
Oh,
What?
they were plus 1,200 on DK.
Yeah, plus 1,200 on DK.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, well, Win has the Ravens at minus 6,000 now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. WinBet is just stealing people's money on live betting.
I guess after I heard the minus 6,000, I expected the other side to be a little higher.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying to Zach is like the amount of juice some of these places are taking for live bets is absolutely ridiculous. Bain at 12 points.
It's coming. 2
I
for
think
2
Fox
from
is
3.
going. Fox is too quiet.
He's still got 12 more shots coming. He's going to end up with 23.
Yeah, the over on Fox. What did I write up? Let's see. Bain, that should hit. Wiggins over 5.5 rebounds. Dinwiddie over points. Butler under points. Keegan Murray under points. Yeah, might not be a great night for me.
What did the Fox say? I was writing up De'Aaron Fox. And I was trying to make it what did the Fox say pun. I lost it somewhere in the middle. I'm like, I just gave up. I couldn't quite get there. And what did the Fox say? Actually, was that the noise? It changed every time, right? Did it change?
Yeah.
Different parts of the song. What's your second favorite song by the band that sang "What Did the Fox Say"?
I don't have one because they don't.
They
have
had a second song.
I mean, they don't just play one song and leave. Like they play more than one song. I don't know what it is.
Me either.
So it was. What did the Fox
Let's
say?
see. YLDIS.
How do you pronounce
It's a
that?
comedy duo.
You say that so casually, like you knew. Of course, Ylvis, the comedy duo. Everybody knows that. They drink G&Ds before every show.
Oh, their second best song is "You're Effed," but I censored myself there. Also, Mr. Toot, Trucker's
Oh, I
Hitch.
want to hear that. I want to hear what Mr. Toot sounds like.
Let's see.
It's a ballad, I'm sure. We can't play it, Grant.
I was gonna say you got like 5 seconds or less to play before that copyright hits.
Ylvis doesn't. They won't deal with anybody playing their stuff legal.
Yeah. I'm gonna mute myself and listen to.
Gotta love that.
Mr. Toot.
He's jamming.
He's rocking out. Oh man! Oh, what's the early results of my poll?
So it's about a man from Turkey who plays toots as an instrument.
Wait, you mean he farts?
Yes.
Well, that's where I was, but now I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, you don't. A toot is not actually an instrument. I don't think it's a
He
fart.
plays toots.
You don't play toots.
You play toots.
No, you just toot. You don't play it.
Well, do you just say you play the ass? That's my instrument.
I mean, you make more money if you say like, yeah, I play the toot. That sounds more sophisticated.
You know, you have a wider range with
I play
that.
the toot.
Use that at like
I play the toot.
use that at speed dating and see how that goes over.
Yeah. I think it would be better if you just said, what instrument do you play, and just say beeholes.
I used it with Gina. She liked it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Just play the toot, Dean.
Yes.
What does it sound like?
Wow.
That band, they're not from America, right? Where are they from?
No, I think they're from Iceland.
Iceland, really? Second
Sounds
most
about right.
popular band in Iceland, right behind Bjork.
They won the
No, there's the other
Eurovision.
band.
What's that?
Did you watch that?
The Euro. What
Will
was
Ferrell.
that? Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah,
Eurovision?
That was
just
it.
made a reference.
Yeah, I know. I didn't hear him say Eurovision. I was just couldn't remember what the name was.
Oh, White got those carries in the yards. We didn't bet that one.
Of Monsters of Men is from Iceland. Okay, I know Bjork. And there's the other one. Like, what's the guy's? Isn't like
Okay, where's the PI? Really?
There you go.
There it is.
Hey, the line just moved like crazy.
Look, they're back in it.
There it is. They put the call in.
No, that was absolutely PI.
Is it?
You can't.
He stops.
I mean,
and then
he
just
wasn't going
runs
to
right
catch
into
it. There's no chance he was catching that ball.
No, they're
Because the guy was there.
Yeah. You can't
He was
get through.
underthrown. It's the classic literally underthrow the ball to get the PI. And I mean, it was pass interference, I guess, technically. But
could have hit his fingertips, but I don't think he was catching that.
come on.
Well, if the
Scotty
guy wasn't
Miller?
pushing him, he could have jumped out. You don't know how good his stop and go is.
Scotty.
The fix was really in for Brady to get his touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how good Scotty Miller's. I want you to go to playerprofiler.com. Well, what's his 3-cone time?
3 come time? How long
Yeah.
it takes you to come 3 times?
Whoa.
No, 3-cone.
I want to know his 3 come time. Dean, what's your 3 come time?
I don't think that's
Is that
something
on manual or does he have assistance?
that's not in the combine, my understanding.
I mean, are we including hour-long breaks? What are we doing with the 3 come time?
That's a long break.
There's another missed pick.
Oh,
Grant,
can
are
you
you
bust in
drinking
that 3
D&Ds?
times in an hour? What's your recharge time, dude, man, pa?
Oh my god.
I think I could do 3 in an hour, no problem.
I know I can do 3 in an hour.
Better than savvy.
Guys,
And I mean,
guys, it's a family show.
given the time on IR,
Yeah.
the recovery time, it varies.
I feel like the show's been derailed
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit.
In my younger years, I think I could have done 5 in an hour, but really Really got to speed it up there.
Oh, we're going to go off the rails now because now I have to reference the episode of Beavis and Butthead where they try and like do it as many times in a day as years they are old. It's like 4 o'clock. They're on the couch. They're at like 9 and they're dead and exhausted.
Did you hear about the guy that died during Destroy D December?
I have follow-up questions, but I feel like I shouldn't ask any.
You know what Destroy D December is?
That's
Context
clues.
Yeah. But I actually feel like I did see something about that.
Yeah, the guy actually died. So it's you do the deed however many days it is in the month. So on first, you do it once. Second, do it twice.
We understand.
I made it up to December 20th and then died.
He didn't even see Christmas.
Nope. This president is a coffin.
We got a touchdown for, I think that's Otten. It's an Otten touchdown.
Flag is down.
There's a flag in the play. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's on Tampa.
But Cloud must be happy.
Yeah.
In chat.
He's been hopping.
Well, it got called
He's
back.
been wanting the Brady.
Oh, sorry, Cloud. False alarm.
Oh.
Don't break your TV. Don't break it.
Or do it. It's good content. We'll post it.
No, don't break his TV.
We'll post it if you...
Short term versus long term.
I got plenty of TVs to break.
You keep them on layaway. Just in
I
case.
have like 3 extra TVs in my house that aren't
There's
being
a
used.
stack in the garage.
There is a stack in the garage.
There you go.
All right, third and goal.
My wife to let me set up a sports book.
Oh, they will kick a field goal. They're willing to kick a field goal. That is a catch at like the 3-yard line. Who caught that? Is it Julio Jones?
Yeah.
So they go
They're
for this
going
or
for
no?
it.
Because they're down.
They're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Looks like Brady's staying on the field.
I mean, Brady at this point, he's like, guys, we need the touchdown now or I'm not expending the energy on the next drive. So, like, if it's field goal here, I can't promise
I got to get back to Giselle.
Does he, though?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
What
I
a
think
terrible move. Ruin your marriage to play
For your last year.
He traded that marriage for a Super Bowl.
well, we don't. we're not privy
And
to-
another flag.
It's not. Yeah. It's none of our business.
I mean, if I had to correlate it to a suspicion, you did have Antonio Brown living there last year.
Did you see the Antonio Brown video?
I'm not sure he was doing the calendar gimmick while he was in that house.
Now they're kicking the field goal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brady is displeased. By the way, Fox is doing things now.
Nice.
12 points, 2 boards, a block, 3 minutes to go. First half.
I had first half Grizz, first half Warriors, -3. Let's go. Both look good.
Guys, I like to gamble.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You're
it's,
in the
you
right
know,
place
it's,
for
it's,
that.
Yeah.
it's convenient because I don't know if you know what we're doing here. Because I was talking about no D November. What was
Destroy
that?
D
Destroy
December.
December.
You're thinking of No Nut November.
Did he do those back to back? Because that really can mess with the system, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. No, I think that's why the guy died.
That's not recommended. Yeah,
I
there's
was
a
gonna say,
warning
what
there.
actually caused him to die? Like, did he have like a heart attack from that, or like what the heck happened?
Oh, I'm
Grant,
not
you have
happy about
any more details on this matter?
Grant was the expert.
and dies after completing 10th day. That's it.
Oh, you said 20.
Derek said severe dehydration is his guess.
No,
So
it's
we
a
needed
heart
to
attack.
drink some water.
It was a heart attack?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's horrible.
What's the end game in this? Like, say you accomplish it. Let's just say, congrats. Then what? But you use that as a
Sometimes
line
it's like
and
running a
weights?
marathon. Sometimes you have to just see things through. What's the point
Running
of
a
Personal
running a
pride.
marathon is
marathon?
so much more class.
Personal pride.
It's I don't think that's anything to brag about.
Sometimes you got to push yourself to the limit, Daniel.
Is that an opener at the bar?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think you want to tell anyone that.
Like that's even if you accomplish it, then what? What do you do with that?
You run it back every 5 years to gauge your conditioning.
Yeah.
I just I don't see the upside.
How far do you think you could make it into Destroy D December? I think I could at least get to day 12.
Whose phone is going nuts, by the way?
Probably
Somebody's-
mine.
Yeah, it's vibrating all over the place.
No, it's not me.
It's not me. I hope it's not like just feedback.
No, it was probably me. I moved it.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised you could hear that, but I guess the microphone's touching
It's
the
right in the
keyboard.
mic, I
The
think.
phone is resting on the keyboard. The keyboard's vibrating the mic, blah, blah, blah.
24-16, still just a one-score game now. I assume that Baltimore's going to be
Running the ball.
trying to kill the clock to some degree or grinding it out.
Plus 1,000 for the Bucks. I mean, it's really not over.
Yeah.
There's still 1,000 now.
Plus 1,000, yeah.
DK right now has plus 1,000. Yeah.
That's still kind of nice.
If I didn't have this Bane bet, I'd probably be hitting the Bucks.
Why? What?
Plus
Okay.
1,100 and the spread
Oh,
plus
I see.
7.5 is plus 215. But you're not kicking a field goal, so
Yeah, but if Baltimore doesn't score, you're already winning.
no, they're down 8, so they're down by half a point.
Oh, my bad.
And Duvernay just had a great kickoff return. I'm currently down $11 today.
That's
thought
going
you
to
were up
end
like
here soon.
See, that's going to end soon.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll win at least $500 on this game, which I guess will offset the loss from $500 I have in the Bane parlay.
Well, what's your Bane parlay?
Bane over 19.5, Memphis money line, and the Bucks money line.
Oh. You might hit 2 of those.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Huge run for Drake.
All right.
Yep, this game's over.
Well, I mean, yeah, probably. Tucker's not going to miss another field goal.
At least from that distance, I would think.
Where did he get this to? He scored a touchdown too. Drake might be optimal. He did step out of bounds.
That was like 25.
By the way, Grant, 14.8% of people say that they refer to a gin and tonic as a G&T. Just so you know.
That's fine. You have old people.
My followers are old.
Yes.
So you're saying G&T is a hip thing to say?
Yeah, I'm hip. I'm cool. Who wants bean dip?
It's debatable.
That's a reference to my childhood.
You're making a reference to your childhood. None of us were there, to my knowledge.
I know.
Like your brother would have got that reference, maybe.
Oh, my brother. It's me and 2 other people.
Okay.
We made a video for class, like health class, back in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And my buddy was pretending to be the cool dad.
Okay. I mean, yeah. So I shouldn't feel bad that I did not get that reference, is what you're saying.
I would say you should feel bad, Dean, but you should always feel bad.
It'd be really creepy if I actually got it.
You're a creepy dude.
Not really.
I mean, you'd be less creepy if you brought your mustache back.
I shaved today. I cut my lip. Ugh.
I liked the
That's what you
mustache.
get.
I'm not a good shaver.
How
not surprised
is it
at that.
possible? How is it possible that you have a shaved face at this age and you're just not a good shaver? I expect to see him like scarred up to God, whatever.
I assume we're getting a field goal here or no? We getting a
Yeah.
field goal?
Can we
I just get the
keep
master.
this under?
I've yet to master the technique.
What is the yards? 4th and what?
4th and 1, but like a field goal ends the game. I guess a first down kind of ends it too, but field goal ends it.
Yeah,
No
no,
more points.
I think you do have to go for the field goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
Tucker, right?
You're turning into a 2-score game. You absolutely go for the field goal.
Let's do a
Grant,
bootleg.
make some more money. Minus 20,000 on the Ravens money line.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm not
they
doing that.
it looks like they're kicking a field goal.
Where did you see that number?
DK.
Oh, I see it. It's not refreshing on its own right now.
Connor McDavid had a hat trick tonight.
Ooh, I'm
Very
doing
nice.
watch hockey.
First, why are you taking a shot at hockey?
I don't know.
I
Let's
love
see.
hockey.
All right, at least I'm
Hockey's
not
great.
getting banned from Betway anytime soon. But I'm getting banned from DK and FanDuel. I'm already banned from there, so it doesn't matter.
Like for the night or forever?
That they'll decrease my limits on player props from $50 down to like $15.
Oh shit! Kevin Herter is hurt. That's not good. He's on like all my big lineups, I think, right now. That's not good at all. He's got a wrist. He was trying that December thing. It's not even December.
That's true.
Hopefully,
He's probably trying orgasm October.
what do they call it in like July?
Wow.
Ooh.
Warriors
July?
first hand.
I knew that was coming.
Juicy Jizz July.
Oh, no, it's Juicy June.
Oh, yeah.
What about August?
I mean, it's the first 4 letters of analysis. Oh, that's probably April. That just flows better.
Oh gosh.
What's April?
First 4 letters of analysis.
I don't know how I wasn't paying attention to that. All right.
There are a lot of J months. 3 J months.
Yeah.
Let's see. September. Oh, man, that was
September.
easy. It's the people out on boats know it very well as Seaman September.
Oh, that one's good.
I think we're officially off the rails.
Ah, babe.
What's May?
Masturbation May.
Uncle Lenny with like a 15-yard catch.
Ah, that's not good.
My Warriors first
February?
half hit by 0.5.
Look at you. Who runs better?
And
I can't
last
believe-
night I had that Tampa Bay Lightning minus 1.5, and they had that goal with 1.9 seconds left. Oh,
Empty netter.
yeah, and it was close. The defenseman stuck his stick out as far as he could, and he just missed it.
Nicely done.
Oh, it's such a great feeling. I mean, you feel like you lost the whole time, and then
Against better judgment, I'm going to Derek in chat. Grant, Derek is requesting February.
oh god,
Fat February.
No.
What?
There's got to be something better than that.
Then fat?
And fat, yeah.
Fat.
Just fat.
It's what the young kids call punching the penguin.
We'll have a sponsor in this show, right? So they confirm.
It's not like flogging
Find the
February.
best
or
North and
anything.
odds. This is sponsor. Guys, go sign up for Scores and Odds.
Brady, did he complete that to Julio? I think he did. There's a flag, but he completed like a 30-yard pass.
he needs that touchdown. He's going so ham.
No, that
Roughing-
touchdown
roughing
plus
the
my
passer.
under.
We got rough in
Oh.
the passer, so they're in scoring position right away. I think they have 3 timeouts too, if not mistaken.
2 timeouts.
2 timeouts. It's a 2-minute warning now, but yeah, they're still,
a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and an onside kick.
Well, even then, the game's not over because they still have those 2 timeouts. They got to score pretty quickly. I mean, look, it's not likely.
Is it a catch? I don't know. Might not be a catch.
If nothing else, it's roughing the passer.
Oh, true. I forgot that flag was roughing the passer.
But I think it's a catch. I think you got his hand under it. I don't think they overturn it.
I don't think they can overturn that.
It's close.
I think it's one of those that would stay on whatever's called on the field.
Yeah. You can see he's turning his hand under the ball. I think it's a catch. Yeah.
So what is it changing? If he catches it, it's 15 yards from that spot, or?
Yeah. I mean, if it's a catch, it's 15 yards there, and I guess they would be at the 24-yard line, I want to say.
Okay.
No catch.
If it's a no catch.
There's no way that's a catch.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's.
I love being like completely unobjective. Just what did I bet? Oh, definitely not a catch. Is there a better gig in TV to like the guy that they wheel in like every once a game? Yeah, it looks like a catch to me. Thanks, Bob. And they're wrong like 80% of the time. And then of course they bring him back when the referee says the other side. Like, well, I can see it. All right, thank you.
And he's like, well, they just didn't have enough evidence to overturn it, but it did look like that for me.
What a great job. Why did you put a suit on for like 12 seconds?
Just the top half.
No, I feel like half the time they don't even show him.
It really is the greatest gig in the world.
It is just get his face.
Please don't tell me I'm the only one not wearing pants right now.
I can take mine off.
Well, you've been wearing pants all day, Grant?
I mean, shorts, sweats, jeans.
Shorts are different than pants. You realize that, right?
I mean, in this context, I feel like anything but boxers is considered pants.
That's fair.
No, shorts are shorts and pants are pants.
Clothing.
Dean,
No,
what do you sleep in? Do you sleep in shorts? Do you sleep in your boxers?
Shorts.
I mean, I'm with Dean on this one. Like, shorts are shorts and pants are pants.
What are we arguing over?
Very clear.
Let's look at the pants definition.
I get what you guys are saying.
Definition is trousers. That does not help.
As wearing something besides boxers.
According to the British, pants are underpants.
Okay, what country are we in?
I don't know. And apparently in British, it also means rubbish, nonsense. He thought we were going to be absolute pants.
I think pants is like a naughty word in Britain, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're thinking of fanny.
Maybe.
Fanny.
We're demonetized in London.
Underpants.
1st and 10 from the 45.
Fumble.
There's a catch to somebody. Is that Gage?
Miller?
Yeah, Miller.
Grant's favorite receiver, talking about it before, how he can catch things when he's getting knocked in the face.
There's a difference between he could catch it or it's uncatchable.
I can't wait to stand up. I'm
super laggy, aren't I?
Chair.
Look at my video. Is it lagging as much as?
Yeah, you've been lagging like that most of the time. It's because
it's probably because I have 30 different tabs open.
Because of all the sports books open, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they banned another 3 at the buzzer.
Yeah, I did. I mentioned that like 10 minutes ago, Daniel.
Grant's over there doing the John Cena.
Facial February.
Yes! Facial February. Wait a minute. You giving yourself the facial? Or did we like...
I mean, if you have the pressure behind it.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm sure you can figure out a way to have gravity assist you.
You do it. You hang upside down.
Something of that nature.
Derek just let us know that the over on the Dean Grant arguments hit now.
That was the easiest bet tonight.
That was by far the easiest over I've ever seen.
I'm surprised it came in so late.
I was going to say, I don't know. That came pretty close to the end.
Yeah, that was a sweaty one.
We were roping
it depends on what you're calling
First
arguments.
down.
We'll have to go to the scorekeeper.
You got to be confident and just say, never a doubt. Never.
I mean, I feel like Grant was tanking at the end, like artificially. Like he's arguing that pants and shorts are the same thing. Like that seemed fishy. That was fishier than freaking Russian table tennis.
Grant was like, it takes me the same amount of effort to put on pants or shorts. They're the same.
Darn it, Fournette. How many catches is that for Fournette?
Let me go back to that box.
At least 2.
He's
At least 3.
3 for 34 on 3 targets, long of 15.
Well, it's going to be close. I'm going to need it from all the Butler bets I'm about to lose.
Fournette at the where are we at? The 19.
This
Minute
10th
23.
Tampa Bay drive result, turnover on downs or safety is plus 180.
Safety.
I like that. It's not going to be punt. It's not going to be a field goal.
Yeah, turnover on downs.
Touchdown is minus 130, and turnover on
Wait,
downs.
how's it going to be a safety? They're going to go behind 8. They're going to go backwards 80 yards.
That's their fault for giving us extra options here and wasting their time on the safety. We didn't need that.
I'm so confused. I want to see.
Sounds not even fast enough to run backwards that far to get a safety.
I want to see what that play looks like. If it's like somehow there's a safety for Baltimore now.
It's a fumbled snap.
I was going to say, what about a fumble?
Whatever, and then recovered on the 1 and tackled in the end zone.
Yeah, 40-yard or a 60-yard snap.
Mike Evans with a catch. We got a minute to go. We're going to get a spike here. First and goal.
Oh, I've got Mike Evans on my season-long team, so
Oh, there you go.
that has a
I didn't mean to ask,
$0 prize.
Yeah, Grant, I mean to ask, how is your season-long team doing?
Well, it's looking pretty good.
I like how you're taking my question seriously.
Yeah, no, I do.
There's-
I take things seriously.
There's no prize?
No. It's been one I've been in 10 years and it's just a pain trying to collect.
Turnover and downs just went from 6 to 1 to 2 to 1.
Wait, you're in a season-long league that has no prize at all?
And for that long?
Yep. They used to have a prize. No one ever really gets paid out, though.
What are we playing?
Is there like a losing penalty? Like if you're the worst team in the league,
there
you
you
have to
go.
like wear a
No,
sign?
I don't spend much time on it. I just get bored.
Well, I can't imagine
sounds
why.
like you just
Wait, because there's
played a
no
free one,
prize.
Hey, even
But
if it's not
listen to
money, you
this
got to
team.
get like a cool belt or something.
I got Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, ETN, Evans, Hopkins, Olivier, Pitts, Jefferson. Oh, man.
Is that Van Jefferson?
Are they
Fourth
going
and
to
goal.
go for a field goal?
No way. No.
They probably should, but
No.
like, they won't.
Yeah.
They're not. They're going for the touchdown.
Dude, my turnover
game.
was such a juicy line then.
Oh, that was great. I tried to hit it at 6 to 1 and they moved it on me.
Ugh.
Completely.
Come on.
Wait, there's a flag. There's a touchdown, but there's a flag. I think it's motion on Tampa. Julio Jones caught a touchdown, but I think Tampa had motion, but I'm not sure.
So you think
Nope,
now?
offsides. It's a touchdown. Julio Jones.
Oh, my
man.
God.
Oh my gosh. Looks like something weird going on with the line. So they're going to go for 2 now.
They have to, pretty much.
Well, they don't have to. They can go for 1 and hope for a touchdown.
Another touchdown, yeah.
Yeah.
What does the math say?
I don't know.
Somebody fire up the analytics department.
Oh, no. Don't let him get it.
He dropped it right in his hands. It was Otten's hands,
But
I believe. There's a flag there also. But
I feel like that's defense.
Yeah, I think that's defensive holding.
Yep.
Oh, my God, dude. If we get a freaking overtime game.
No. They're not getting the ball back. They got to recover the onside kick. That's not happening.
It just seems like that's the way this game's going.
No,
Daniel.
They changed the onside kick rules. You can't recover anymore.
Dean.
Yeah,
Dean, I believe in
Rigged.
gambling
The NFL's
jinxes and
rigged.
all that
Yeah.
stuff.
come on, stop it.
Just
They're
had to
not
get that
real.
Brady TD in. That was it. Now it can stop.
Yeah,
Where
there
you at,
go.
Ryan?
There you go. He got his TD. Actually, that's right.
Yeah. Is that White with the run? It is, and I don't believe he got in.
No,
No.
nope. There you go. Okay.
Game over.
Nope. You got to believe.
Well, there is a
man.
chance. It's just very slim.
I bet what the ESPN tracker thing says, like 99.8% win chance.
I thought
There's
I was
that
jinxing the game.
22%.
Well, does nobody want to bring up I jinxed the game? Like what I understood is that because of what I said, Tampa's not going to come back and win somehow.
It's not over.
It's over.
I'm ready for this to be on Bad Beats. I'm going to record it and send it into.
Dean's like, I've stood comfortably on this fence many of times. It's over.
Where are you at, Ryan, for the night? If everything settles where we're at, is it profitable for you or what?
Oh, 100%. I ended up riding all the Baltimore stuff in the beginning, and then as soon as we reached the 10-10 point, I started coming back on Tampa Bay. I don't have all the numbers for that, but then we also made a couple of props live, and we cashed all of those. So I'm good for the day.
Yeah, that's what you
And
get
I feel like
for
I
following
contributed
me.
something.
You make money.
Grant, where do you stand?
I'm on this game plus 700. No, with my props plus 1,000. Wait,
Awesome.
Not bad.
500.
Good night. Imagine if you
Plus
were listening about the
1,700. I think I'm down overall. I mean, it depends on if you count the parlay I threw in there, but money line bets, I'm up 600. Props in this game, I'm up with G. Yeah. I mean,
Steve?
I think I'm gonna be down overall on the night unless Murray under is hit.
I'm around plus 100 on the game. It would have been a good amount more if Ravens could have somehow at least pushed the first half.
Here comes the onside kick to change all those numbers. It's over. Baltimore recovered it. They changed the onside kick rules. They make it impossible now. Likely recovered it, by the way.
He's my new favorite tight end.
If you're playing season long, well, I don't have to deal with that, whatever Andrews is, but Likely's probably an interesting pickup. If
I had the Fournette under.
Grant, you know you're a season
Going
long
long
team that nobody
video.
cares about and is worth $0 if you win. You should consider picking up Likely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what's he got to lose?
Or besides time and effort. Grant, who was your tight end? I don't know if you mentioned your tight end on your team.
Pitts.
Oh, yeah. Pitts is terrible.
You're terrible. Everyone else is good.
Well,
I mean,
he
those
might-
wide receivers: Jefferson, Hopkins, Olivier, Evans. I got Swift and ETN.
Kevin Herter is a stud starting the second half.
Nice.
Thanks for letting me hang out, guys. I'm going to hop off and let you guys wrap up the show.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, man, you're going to be around for 3 hours and watch the game. If you might as well jump on and hang with us. Do appreciate those who have been watching as well. Kindly hit that like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Grant, you want to give like the scores and odds pitch?
We make a ton of money. I literally went 28-7 yesterday.
Literally.
Literally. The live lock show, I'm up 100 units. I'm just giving out money. It's simple. Right now we got a basketball pass, 6 months for $169.99. And guess what? You get all the sports. All of them.
Wait, basketball pass gets you everything?
Yep. They fudged up. So, yeah, get in there. They also got Dude Man Pie here who's crushing it.
Winning. Well, we didn't do so great. That last Tampa Bay touchdown screwed my under, but we are still rolling along on the show with these sides and totals. So tune into that Behind the Lines every Thursday. Appreciate you coming in and watching.
Yeah, what is you do have a show? I know I saw it once.
He literally just said the name Behind the Lines.
I know, but I wanted to reiterate. That's on the Scores and Odds channel. That's not in the RotoGrinders channel, correct?
Correct. Or YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, but this is the RotoGrinders channel. People aren't aware. It's two different things, just in case.
Yeah, that's true.
I just wanted to make sure that I wanted to bring attention to it, Grant.
All right. Well, also you can watch live locks tomorrow. Zach, who was on here earlier. He'll be there.
Sometimes I'm on there. Sometimes, always Grant's on there. Sometimes Ryan's on there.
Dude Man Pa's on there.
Sometimes Grant goes solo, and that just takes like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 to 15, depending
15
on.
minutes.
With basketball, like I have to hammer through, but I'll have like 40 bets and try and get it done in 15 minutes.
Are you looking at stuff like right now, like tonight for tomorrow, like right out the gate? Is there lines out there or not just yet?
Not yet. I mean, they'll be up in like an hour and a half, and I'd rather be in bed.
Same.
Yeah.
I like the 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. train.
But don't you get better lines like 2 hours?
Yeah, but it's not worth depriving myself of sleep.
Just why don't you adjust your schedule?
I have a 4-month pregnant wife.
Not everything is released at that time frame either, Dean. So there's always sets of props that get released throughout the day. So whatever comes out the night before, you can jump on. Those numbers are dead by the morning. Whatever comes out in the morning, you can jump on. Those numbers are dead by lunch. Whatever comes out at lunch, you can jump on. And if you're waiting until the games are starting, you're toast.
Not always.
That was a good rundown.
True. Just most of the time. That's like a good rule of thumb.
I mean, I always check offshore.
Anything else to check off before you step us out and get out of here? You got anything else to say here?
No, I'm good.
Nope. I need to go pee. I haven't stood up this entire game. I've been out for 3 hours.
That was a Grind the Line. It took me a second. I couldn't think of the name of the show. That was Grind the Line, presented by Scores and Odds on RotoGrinders. It's a sister channel. If you guys aren't aware, you're just figuring that out. Like, where have you been? Where should we follow Ryan? What's your Twitter account?
At Dude Man Pa.
That's it. Thank you.
You can follow Grant if you want to. Genie for, there you go. All right. Appreciate y'all hanging out. We're out of here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Guys.
We'll do this again, I'm sure, at some point, I imagine.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Turn on notifications.
Suck it, Dean.
Holla.